And welcome everyone to tonight's contest between the Oak Grove Panthers and your Harrisonville Wildcats. The Wildcats won last week, and as well did Oak Grove. Oak Grove 5-2 on the season, and your Wildcats 4-3. This is the Brad Sainer Farmers Insurance pregame show, and we'll get things started with the fact that Oak Grove has beaten Cameron, lost to Knob Noster. They've beaten Pleasant Hill, lost to Odessa, and then they've beaten Clinton, Center, and Central. So 5 wins and 2 losses. Your Wildcats are 4-3. They started off by beating Richmond, then lost in overtime to Bolivar. Then a convincing win over Center, then lost to Warrensburg. Came back on week 5 for a win against Cassville, then lost to Pleasant Hill week 6. Beaten Clinton last week, and tonight is the Oak Grove Panthers as they come into town for tonight's contest. A nice crowd on hand for the Wildcats and a pretty good crowd for the Panthers on the other side of the field. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the Show Me Auto Mall keys to the game. We'll do a little business, then we'll be back.
Church and Dwight, the company that brings you brands like Arm & Hammer, Hero Cosmetics, and OxyClean, is hiring in Harrisonville. Church and Dwight is looking for experienced team members at their Harrisonville manufacturing facility. Full-time and part-time positions available. Wages from $20.08 an hour and benefits starting day 1. Come join a place where people matter. Learn more by visiting churchdwight.com and click on careers. That's churchdwight.com. Church and Dwight is an equal opportunity employer.
Nobody wants to deal with a clogged drain or a leaky pipe. That's why you need to call JCM Plumbing. JCM Plumbing has over 20 years of experience in the industry and offers a variety of services to make them your #1 option for anything plumbing related. With a wide variety of services from clogged pipes to a new hot water heater and all the best state-of-the-art equipment, JCM Plumbing is your place for everything you need for plumbing in your home. So just call me, JCM, to take care of that leaky pipe at 816-726-8281.
Ready to upgrade your patio for those football watch parties? Call Ethan Young with 2-3 Construction Services to get started today. He can create a fun patio area complete with a fire pit in case it gets a bit chilly for one of those Wildcat or Chiefs fall nights. If a new driveway or floor for the shop is part of your upgrade, he will help you there as well. Call Ethan today at 816-533-2119 and 2-3 Construction Services to work for you.
Nobody wants to deal with a clogged drain or a leaky pipe. That's why you need to call JCM Plumbing. JCM Plumbing has over 20 years of experience in the industry and offers a variety of services to make them your #1 option for anything plumbing related. With a wide variety of services from clogged pipes to a new hot water heater and all the best state-of-the-art equipment, JCM Plumbing is your place for everything you need for plumbing in your home. So just call me, JCM, to take care of that leaky pipe at 816-726-8281.
It always seems to happen. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Not a problem when you have purchased your tires at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You get the free flat repair for the life of your tires. On a budget, Young's has the best selection of new and used tires to save a little extra money. When the time comes for new tires, stop at the shop 4T's Trust to keep them rolling down the highway. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Nobody wants to deal with a clogged drain or a leaky pipe. That's the Farmers Insurance pregame show by Brad Sainer. Now it's time for the Show Me Auto Mall keys to the game. And I'll turn that over to T2, Travis.
Well, guys, everyone, welcome to the broadcast tonight. Like Pop was saying, it is a good crowd. It is getting to be that time of year. We're heading into kind of ramping up as we head into what your seat's going to be, whether you're going to have a home bid or be on the road for your first round of playoffs. And if you're not firing on all cylinders, you might be packing up and turning in equipment early. This part of the season, keys to success are going to be always your nuts and bolts. You're going to need to hang on to your tacklers. You can't have missed tackles, whether it be an open field or, in the backfield, what have you, you got to make tackles. You have to be positive on the turnover ratio as far as you have to force more than you give up in every game, not necessarily trending over the season, but that tremendously kind of changes your odds as far as winning that particular game. So you got to take care of the football and manage injuries and new positions kind of as you get to the end of the year with no buys in high school. They're beat on kind of all year, and it's starting to take a toll on folks. So keep it clean, keep playing hard, and make the plays that are in front of you to be made. Coaches do their game plan, and that's kind of where you got to keep the focus. Kind of don't reinvent the wheel, and hopefully you're firing on all cylinders, carrying the momentum into the postseason.
All right, so those are the Show Me Auto Mall keys to the game. Want to remember that the Papa Murphy's touchdown contest, when the Wildcats score a touchdown, someone scores free pizza from Papa Murphy's. And it is time for the anthem, so we will take a break at this time and do a little business, and we'll be back for the start of this one in a few.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit, because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon fog. Grab an ice-cold drink full of caffeine and 2 to 4 is happy hour, and drinks are half price. Grab an afternoon snack of cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers, or order on the app for happy hour anytime. Sonic Happy Hour, where you kick away the fog. Also, visit 4ts.com and sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise, all while you're putting money right back into the community. Stop time and think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank. All right, welcome back to the broadcast as the band plays the fight song, getting ready for the entrance of the team to the field. I wondered can we get on the picture, see if they would be able to get a picture of the Wildcat coming in on the sound system and getting ready down to the front there, right in there. There we go. Maybe he can get that on the screen.
All right.
And bring you in. They have a great entry. I hate to talk during that. I like to just see the people coming in. The Panthers are coming in from the north end of the stadium, which is to the far left of the press box. Gary Davidson up here. Gary and Chad used to go round and round about north to south and right to left and all those things. But if you check out the sound system that'll be down on that, Travis, give me some information about the hype. We've had the haka over the years and the different things.
So, the entrance is huge from, I don't know how many sports, your coaches, whether it be a legendary coach or a great player that talks about the way that they approach the game. a lot of games are won before you step foot on the field. Now, sure, you got to go execute, but the way you prepare for it, and I mean, there's such thing as your helmet football games that the helmet, the letter on the side of the helmet, was so intimidating, and this is all part of that. If you really go with what the team likes, whether it's the haka, whether it's running in a backup guy that is huge and can carry a big old flag, but you get hype. You go own people's fields when you're away, or you come out with pride on your own field, and it's a statement.
And the sound that just, I get chills, and I'm not talking about cold chills from being cool up here. I'm just talking about chills of all these years of the games here. It does never get old. And back to Pittsburgh State University when I was a graduate assistant down there, and all of you guys that have played the college game and those things, all the hype that comes in and all the work that goes in the night before that hype happens for things to be happening here in 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty cool. It's I like to call that everyone's passion for it. They're going to sacrifice things that some people won't do, and they're going to be a part of something that they feel that strongly about, and it does have that feeling. It does, there's other things that trigger that feeling for other folks, and it's cool to see it, just the vast majority being in the same place and having that same feeling.
So the two teams on the field tonight are both in the MRVC West, and the standings are as follows. In first place, 3-0, are the Warrensburg Tigers. The Oak Grove is 3-1, tied with the Roosters for second, being 3-1. And then in fourth place, Odessa Bulldogs and the Wildcats are 2-2 and are in fifth place in the MRVC. So number 5 is taking on number 2 with an opportunity to try and drag them down a little bit while you bring yourself up a little bit in getting ready for those district seedings, which at this point right now we're in fifth. So we would have to travel
on the road
as it is right now.
Well, and as you look at teams from the past, or really just what kind of athletes you have, whether it's a physical, slow, drawn-out game, or who you're playing, whatever. There were a couple of years where I think in my high school career we didn't lose a road game. And so that was something that we prided ourselves in when we had nobody else other than the team, your coaches. You locked arms with your team, and it was you against the world. And we answered that, and some people like playing in their most comfort zone. To each their own.
All right, Levi Hall. Number 2, 33, Keller Johnson. Number 15, Tryon Samples. Who's the last one that I've missed? I got number 2, Levi Hall. I've got
Brandon Phillips.
Phillips. Brandon Phillips, which is...
Oh, no, you said Tryon 15?
Yep.
Tryon Samples?
22 is going to be Nate Reynolds. And Nate is still in street clothes. We'll see if there's only 2 captains, but their numbers are being covered up. Captain number 5, Tristan Garrett, and number 4, so 44. And 44, Logan Pittman. So Pittman and Garrett are the captains for the Oak Grove Panthers as they come into town tonight for an MRVC West showdown. And it is time to get things going. The coaches have left the captains with the officials for the game, and so Oak Grove has won the flip. They deferred to the second half. The Wildcats will receive. I'm assuming we'll see for that to happen.
You would hope so.
So the Wildcats are going to receive, and they are going to go from right to left, south to north as we're ready to get this one going. Got to carry that on, Gary. The things that you guys got started, just some of those things I've got to stay with. The right to left and the north to or south to north. The Panthers in their white pants with white tops, black helmets, and orange face mask. The Wildcats in their blue pants, black jerseys with the blue numbers and the blue helmets as they head out to the field. Samples and Beechner back deep for the Wildcats. And Diego Perez is going to kick off for the Panthers, and he kicks it high and deep. That's going to be into the end zone. So Perez with the touchback, and the Wildcats will start 1st and 10 right in the middle of the field, south end of the field to head north, see if they can go down and establish something early here against the Panthers of Oak Grove.
Yeah, and, as at the beginning of the games, you generally, the coaches will have 10 to 15, maybe 20 plays scripted, that they're going to kind of see how the team lines up to it, and they'll stick pretty similar, to exactly what they had no matter the situation. You'd like to see a nice drive, kind of just establish some dominance and kick the game off on a good foot.
Twins out to the left. Levi Hall in the shotgun. He's flanked by a couple. We're going to get a lead option, and that ball is tipped and going to get outside and going to be a loss of about 2. Phillips on the carry. Defensive end with a hand on the ball just a bit. Stewart of the Panthers. So they're going to use a little tempo here. Pro to the right in the shotgun with the veer backs. Going to run a little dive straight up through and going to gain about 6 by Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, met by Mickey Seymour there, but not after, not before he could lower his shoulder. Pretty good contact there. Phillips likes to run with, that's the strong safety in him, I'm sure.
3rd and 6 for the Wildcats. Going to have a pro formation to the right. In the shotgun is Hall. He's going to step up and go under center, and he's going to step back, a quick pass, and that is caught. Going to be the hard numbers, carrying some tacklers for an extra 7 yards. So 33, it would be Keller Johnson, unless he's got a different number on tonight.
Nope.
So a first down, and that's a Troby Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. When you think appliances, you think Troby's first. So we're going to have a pro left formation now, get a little lead option, turns it up, and going to get about 2 on the play.
I haven't gotten a chance to see much as far as replays on games to see that. I think that the option each week has been tweaked a little bit, whether it be formation, whether it be where the lead back goes. You see that shovel pass underneath and having having your pitch relationship, and I think that'll help throughout the rest of the year.
So another quick pass out to
I think it's
Keller
again,
Johnson. Yeah. It's going to gain about 3, not quite 3. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. It's a short 5. Going to stay with tempo in a pro right formation, still in the shotgun. Looks like he may step up and go under center. Veer backs. Going to run the outside veer and give it. And that was 3rd and 5, by the way, not 4th and 5. Gain of about 1, so that's going to be 4th and 4. McKinnis on the tackle. Cole Smalley back to punt for the Wildcats.
Had some precision precision kicks in Clinton that was very nice from a field position standpoint, and see if he can keep that touch going.
Shrout, the first one down there.
That's number 7, Cole Smalley on the punt for the Wildcats.
That was the other thing that kind of helped Smalley out. He had a few guys that were around every single one of those balls, whether it was to deter the returner from giving it a go or to keep it from going in for a touchback, and it was really well.
We really need to check to see if Trenton Shrout is the long snapper or if he's just going from another position.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so offense for Oak Grove. They've got trips out to the left. A little bunch V out there, and a split to the right, one back off of Sharts, the quarterback. Sharts rolls out, and he's going to tuck it and get a gain of about 4.
I think he was Paris. Actually, Paris had a little bit of disruption last week, coming off the edge, and so I'm anxious to see. He was kind of catching his groove. As far as last week goes, he was popping up in places that you hadn't seen him yet, so he's learning to kind of play with that offense and figure out those reads, get around the ball.
So now they've got kind of a tight bunch to where it's a tight left and a V bunch to the right, and they're going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss of 1.
It looked like Ethan Stone met him there. I've been pretty impressed as far as since Warrensburg, outside contain has been kind of quit being a problem, and they squeeze that down to where they have more numbers in a small area. It's tough to get through there.
There's no gaps. They
Absolutely.
do a nice job of coming up and keeping their area down.
Absolutely.
Split to the left. Got a little H-back on the right is Pittman.
Yep, essentially making it into trips, yeah.
Lindsay in the backfield, going to roll out and get wide, and throws with the intended receiver, number 34, Noah Spencer. But he got rid of it before he would be sacked. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Yeah, Ethan did a really good job there, kind of widening out with it. He was being hunted down, got rid of it before he really wanted to, but he didn't have much open anyway. So good job not giving time to making your D-backs guard longer than necessary.
4th down and 7 from the 21-yard line. Not sure if they're just trying to shorten the game by letting the clock run down. That was the appearance of what it looked like.
Stopped, and then he quit going.
And now we have a penalty. Let's see.
Delay. Unless they got the timeout, which it looks like they granted it to him.
All right, so it will be a timeout, 4th down and 7. When we come back, it is thought that Oak Grove Panthers will punt. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Church and Dwight, the company that brings you brands like Arm & Hammer, Hero Cosmetics, and OxyClean, is hiring in Harrisonville. Church and Dwight is looking for experienced team members at their Harrisonville manufacturing facility. Full-time and part-time positions available. Wages from $20.08 an hour and benefits starting day 1. Come join a place where people matter. Learn more by visiting churchdwight.com and click on careers. That's churchdwight.com. Church and Dwight is an equal opportunity employer.
Is Sharts, S-C-H-A-R-T-Z. And we're back on the field. Is that why you're beating on my back? Because I'm supposed to be talking, working on the defensive lineup. We got some offensive players for Oak Grove, but we didn't have any defenders. So the kick is off. We're going to see. He kind of took a spill there and did not talk the the referee into that one. So no return on the play. The ball is going to roll dead at the 27, or I believe they're going to put it on the 28-yard line. So the Wildcats are going to have it on the far side, 1st and 10 on the 28 for their second possession. So the Wildcats were able to get a first down on a big pass for their first possession, and then Oak Grove was not able to. So 1st and 10 on the far side. Pro left formation, veerbacks. Under center is Hall. And jumped across. We'll see if the Wildcats held their water. I believe they did, which is going to bring up a 1st and 5. So, that's one of those things that if you do that early in the night, does it make them be cognizant of it the rest of the night, or does it cause them to hold back a little bit, therefore they can't get off the ball as much as you would kind of like?
I think that depends on your team. If you see them playing with maybe a heavier front, you may give that early on in the game so they back off of that, or if you see them bringing a bunch of pressure. But I think it's kind of a dealer's choice at that point. And he's going to break that free.
Hall is going to take that to the house, and that's going to be a 67-yard touchdown run for Hall. Run a little veer, actually inside veer, a little dive action. Pulled it out as everybody collapsed on the dive back and off to the races. And Hall with a 67-yard touchdown run.
That worked out pretty well. If I just talk through the play and then you can recap it like that, we'll take the 60-yard touchdowns all night.
So Smalley to try the PAT. And the kick is up and actually
not up
going to be not up a whole lot. 3 guys in there. So the Wildcats take a 6-0 lead. Papa Murphy's touchdown. When the Wildcats score a touchdown, someone scores pizza. We'll give you the name to that person when we get back. We'll take a break. Wildcats lead 6-0.
Well, you need to call JCM Plumbing. JCM Plumbing has over 20 years of experience in the industry and offers a variety of services to make them your #1 option for anything plumbing related. With a wide variety of services from clogged pipes to a new hot water heater and all the best state-of-the-art equipment, JCM Plumbing is your place for everything you need for plumbing in your home. So just call me, JCM, to take care of that leaky pipe at 816-726-8281.
All right, welcome back. Cole Smalley will tee this thing up, getting ready to go. Wildcats score, and the pizza of Papa Murphy's was scored by Steve Allen. So Steve Allen scores the first pizza for the Wildcats tonight.
All right. Early score, somebody's getting fed. Off to a good night. Kept that one pretty low, and I think some of the squib kickings will be kind of the go-to, especially when you can have inside, the 15 or even better, like we've seen the Cats pull off, the last couple weeks.
You're fine. So and what you say there, the ball comes down, it doesn't go out of bounds. He grabs it at about the 12, and because everybody's staying in their lanes and come down through, it's going to be 1st and 10 on the near side of the field for the Oak Grove Panthers. They're going to run a slot to the left, a little pro to the right, one back in the backfield. Got 34 coming in motion, a little pitch to him. He was forced back deep, but he got outside. Going to have a flag coming in, likely in the area for a hold.
Well, and I just saw for the first time, and I don't know if they did this on the drive previous, but they have Tryon Samples walk down just behind linebacker depth, and I believe he might be spying a quarterback.
Sharts with the handoff, actually a little pitch forward, not a forward pitch, but to Noah Spencer. Interesting, I have a cousin that is Noah Spencer. So that is, the Wildcats did a fairly nice job sniffing that out. Looked like it was going to be good to go, but the hold puts it down 1st and 17 back at the 7-yard line. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Offset flank to Sharts. Shart is going to hand it up the middle to 34, Noah Spencer. Spencer's a senior. He picks up about 4.
Looks like it might have been Parrish again. Oh, trying samples.
Second down and 11 now for the Panthers on the far side, north end of the field. So now we've got the little tight. We have split to one side, a little V bunch, fairly tight to the right, and going to hand it off again and run into several. Was that Keller?
I believe he was leading that.
Yes.
My snicker was I think they're giving away a lot of direction and pass run with their formations. Now it's early and everything, and they probably have a change up. Absolutely, and they can, hammer something home early on and then catch you sleeping later on with a fake. So they'll keep that in mind, but I like what they've done so far.
3rd and 10, going to roll to the weak side. Got a deep pass going and a little bit of arm going back and forth. No flag on the play over there.
Yeah, Addison Ing on the coverage there. He did a really good job. A lot of times we like to use the term, if he's even, he's leaving. And you thought that Ing might have been down a step there, but he almost wanted a little bit of a flag with the hand fighting you were talking about, and he was in good position to try and make a play at that
Matthew
ball.
Meyer, the intended receiver. So wide splits, double tight with the wide split, and everybody heading to the right. If this ball jumps up, but it came back. If it jumped up just right, but they had 5 Oak Grove Panthers there, and it's probably best to leave that alone as he did. And that was Samples.
I have really enjoyed his decision making back there in that situation, because we popped a couple of guys in there just like we have the running back position, and he comes over and gets the reassurance from the coaches. Hey, if you feel comfortable with this, go. You got it. But if not, that's a good decision. They take over right there, and they've won the field position battle in the last few games.
So 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line on the far side. Wildcats in their own territory. Going to have tight to the right with a couple flankers over there with Johnson. Split end over here to the left. Going to run a little action, and he turned back to the other side, and two backside people on him. And Keller Johnson with the catch, a 17-yard touch with the catch there. 1st and 10 on the far side.
And that's Keller's third catch. He's a big target, and he's got hands enough to catch it and make a move to create some contact and get upfield. It's been good.
So a couple of guys get their hands on him, and him being Hall, a little bit of pressure there, and that pressure was done with 5 people, so we need to get that shored up a little bit, but he's able to get that thrown out of bounds. He was probably fortunate that he didn't get caught by the first person that had a hold of him. 2nd down and 10 on the far side.
Absolutely, and with him rolling out this way, he's lucky to get that pass off and it not be, short and uncatchable or intentional grounding.
Pro right formation, veer backs, going to pull it back out.
Good read.
And a great job by the receiver. And Hall, if there are no flags, Hall just pulled it back on a dive inside veer action, which is making it a little bit tough. Pulled it out. A great job by the wide out. I'm not sure who it was on this side. He just stayed locked up. He had his hands inside the pads. Great job.
Yes, that was a great job, because the difference is a 15-yard gain to where you're just inside the red zone, or with the possibility of trying to not turn the ball over, and we've had some of those situations. So just a really good read. They had the numbers, and he beat to the outside to take that one in.
So we went for 2, didn't make it. So you talking through that didn't help with this.
Yeah, okay.
Going for 2.
Well,
the Wildcats go up 12-0 with 4:33 left here in the first. Let's keep this thing going. Hey, Papa Murphy's Pizza. We scored pizza. We'll be back with that person after this.
Ready to upgrade your patio for those football watch parties? Call Ethan Young with 2-3 Construction Services to get started today. He can create a fun patio area complete with a fire pit in case it gets a bit chilly for one of those Wildcat or Chiefs fall nights. If a new driveway or floor for the shop is part of your upgrade, he will help you there as well. Call Ethan today at 816-533-2119 and 2-3 Construction Services to work for you.
Go for touchdown.
All right, here we are back. Do you want to make that point here? Do you want to get the pizza person first?
Pizza.
Laura Morris, you scored pizza when the Wildcats scored that touchdown there, so I'll be getting that sent to you for your free pizza. Cole Smalley is going to kick
that
it.
Liner again.
Little line drive that comes up to the 25-yard line, and we let number 27, that is Mickey Seymour or Mikey Seymour, depending on that spelling, but Mickey Seymour gets a return of about 10, 26 yards coming back, so they've got it just.
That being one of the downfalls to a line drive kick. If it gets to somebody, you have no time to get downfield and really converge on that. So they have some running lanes. That's what happened here.
Got to get that ball into the third lane.
Yes, correct.
So a little H back here to the left, going to give up the middle and headed out and off to the races. See if he can get caught, and no one is going to catch him. And that is Matthew Lindsay for the touchdown. So Lindsay with the 54-yard touchdown run to Panthers on the board.
And this is what you got to be careful of. That was nothing more than a zone play, maybe a read, maybe an automatic give. And to catch somebody sleeping to where not firing off the ball, you got to play every play because that's how quickly things can turn if somebody doesn't do their job. And it was a little slip of a lane, and he got vertical.
Sharts with the hold. And Perez, I'm guessing, will be the kicker. And the defense lined up off sides. See if they're going to maybe go for two or if they'll just leave it right there.
With us already missing both of ours, probably try to get that 7. And, well, actually, yeah, it wouldn't make a difference. You should be down 4 if you got it.
Snap is down, kick is up. Diego Perez with the extra point. So 12-7 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So a short amount of time. You don't want to.
Yep.
You want to force them to go the long way. Hey, we need to take a break here. We'll be back.
It always seems to happen. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Not a problem when you have purchased your tires at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You get the free flat repair for the life of your tires. On a budget, Young's has the best selection of new and used tires to save a little extra money. When the time comes for new tires, stop at the shop 4T's Trust to keep them rolling down the highway. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
All right, 12-7. Beechner and Samples back deep. Perez, Diego Perez to kick off for the Panthers, number 1. And the ball is kicked deep. We'll see if that's going to get in the end zone, and it is going to be deep enough that it's in the end zone, so the Wildcats will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 2-3 Construction, still the quarter sponsor here in the first quarter. Church and Dwight, JCM Plumbing, our signatures sponsors. You'll see them up in each of the corners, as well as CPSK down in the lower left-hand corner as the scoreboard sponsor. So, 1st and 10, middle of the field.
Looking to answer one at the end of this drive. How quickly is can kind of answer back and know that you kind of still have control of both sides of the ball.
Josiah Sims close, Smalley out to the far side. Little dive action.
I wasn't sure if it was a mishandled snap. It didn't look like everyone was firing off at the same time. So
regardless, a gain of about 4, so at least they got off the ball well enough.
Right.
So Josiah Sims over here to the left, pro left formation with the tight end Johnson on the left and Smalley on the far right side. Hall under center, going to run the inside veer there and keeping his legs moving. Check to be sure if that is who I thought it was.
That's number 24, Dominic Mead on the carry for the Wildcats.
Mead on the carry. Dominic Mead.
And that's that running back position where we're kind of rotating some guys through. I think they're doing a pretty good job of getting some experience to several guys in case Nate's not super healthy or conditioned when he comes back. You hope he gets to come back, and you have some guys who can handle it from a mental standpoint and conditioning extra.
4th down and inches here. We'll see what the Wildcats are going to do. Probably one of those times the hard count.
Not a bad way to go.
And then maybe call the timeout. We'll see what they do.
And they
here.
might have a play to go to as well, both as demoralizing.
As well as they did, and breaks through.
Oh, there you go.
And headed off to the races.
Good direction. She's got a 70.
A 70-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and you know what? Everything has been bouncing back from an explosive standpoint.
Dominic Mead, the senior, pops through. Inside veer look. We've seen a lot of outside veer the first weeks. That was the inside veer, poked through, backside just a little bit, and off to the races he goes.
Absolutely. Whether it's a trap, an inside veer, or QB follow after that inside give, they have some options.
We used to call this ram formation. You got 3 backs over there, and you're just going to ram it in the end zone as they did here. So Hall goes in to makes it 20-7 now.
All right.
And about 2 minutes for that drive. We'll get the Papa Murphy's Score Pizza when we come back. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart.
When the Wildcats score, someone scores pizza at Papa Murphy's. No last name here, but I've got her email. Nicole, I don't know your last name, and it doesn't matter.
You're a winner.
You've got pizza coming in the Papa Murphy's because when the Wildcats score pizza, someone scores a free pizza, and it was you. Cole Smalley's going to tee this thing up. So that's a nice answer.
Yes.
Right there.
Absolutely.
When they went just a couple of plays for a touch and only a minute or so for the Wildcats to come back. Now there's a ball that's going to be taken at about the 6-yard line. And a little bit of a sidestep, then a good hit out to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like 25 Cooper Baker there. After the sidestep, he found himself in the right spot to just be able to run through that. You're right on that kick. Getting to the third level, it shows a really good job of taking some a learning opportunity and coaching him up to where he immediately comes back with exactly what you want. And hopefully your defense does the same thing after the little regroup after this. But the explosive plays right now, anything over 25 yards are going to be kind of determining factors.
Twins to the left and handed up the middle.
Same play they scored on.
Into the second level. And this time it was handed to number 7, Matthew Lindsay. Lindsay is a sophomore. He gets about 8 yards on the play. Sticks over there, those electronic sticks, agree with me, 2nd and 2. So they're going to have twins over to the left, the little H-back over here to the right. So double split. And going to hand it to the back, and this time he's met right up front. Can't read that number.
I want to say it was Owen Adair. Just kidding. I can't see those numbers either. I'm 37. That's not good. No, he flew through the line there, made good contact, and that's one that's pretty easy actually to kind of spin out of. And the running back tried. He held on to him there. You got 3rd and medium here. Hopefully get off the field.
3rd and 5. Twins to the left. Flex
Screens,
tight end out to the right.
Or flood on that trip side.
Pitch out to Sharts. Tried to get him jumped. The defense held their water that time. So
being just outside of 5 yards, this is a strange time for me. Anyway.
That looks like 3rd and 6, but gets it down.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we'll see. He got an illegal man downfield. The ball was caught for a gain of maybe 1. Just a nice job by Sharts of getting rid of the ball.
Well, yeah, and I think actually the problem was that it was designed to be a screen, and he went ahead and ran kind of upfield to get open, and they completed that pass. So
I would like to see them decline this penalty here and make it 4th down and 6.
I would agree, other than the explosive plays. Going 6 yards is not out of the realm for really anybody, but you're going to see kind of which way they prefer to go with their matchups tonight. And so I think that kind of depends on what kind of offense you're playing, how you're playing, and what kind you got cooked up. And
well, Coach agreed with you because they're going to step it off.
Because you got to think of these just in more ticks of your flipping the field. If you go ahead and get that, if you go ahead and force them to punt here, say they have off the side of the foot and it's a duck.
See, now this umpire or this field judge on this side is saying we're wanting to decline it.
And so they probably just had a little sidebar down here and said, "Well, hey, what do you want to do? You want to show your stance now, or do you want to get a couple extra yards on your hopefully forcing the punt on the next one?"
Should that not be 4th down on the sticks over there?
So it is. They changed it down.
Okay, 4th down and 5. If that's not 6, I'll. Anyway, 4th down and 5 by the electronics, 6 by the old man's eyes. So double tight with wide splits. 3 backs going to protect the kicker.
Uh-oh. I had not heard the whistle yet. I wasn't sure what that punter was doing.
So it was like he had no Oak Grove takes a timeout. Coach is not happy. You can tell by the walk. That's one of those things that as a Wildcat you got to love. So we're going to take a timeout here, do a little business. Wildcats leading 20-7. We'll be back.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon fog. Grab an ice-cold drink full of caffeine and kickstart your afternoon and evening. The best part, 2 to 4 is happy hour, and drinks are half price. Grab an afternoon snack of cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers, or order on the app for happy hour anytime. Sonic Happy Hour, where you kick away the fog. Also, visit 4ts.com and sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest.
Oh my gosh, there's the bicycle right there, the light.
And, hey, I think we're on. We are back, and it is 4th down and 5. Still in punt formation.
Gary and I are up here quoting movies. Sorry, folks.
Wide splits by the punt formation. 3 up backs, 1 back standing behind another back. He'll step in after the ball comes by, and Perez to kick.
Flag.
Got a flag on the play. Nice kick there.
Oh, yeah.
Samples says everybody get away, and the ball rolls down to about the 20. See what Tuck is saying. They didn't have enough on the line of scrimmage. They didn't have their 7 guys.
Well, Coach was already upset on the formation and probably close to being a delay game on the first one where they had to take a timeout. Now they're going to take a penalty. We'll probably back them up and make them snap it and kick it again. You got 5 more yards and the possibility of a faulty snap where you really make it happen for you.
And this time maybe we get a run back.
Heck yeah.
And
Who's
shoot.
our
Jonathan Hargrave.
Jonathan, we didn't forget about you.
Well, yes, we did. The Sonic kick return contest. Well, he didn't, but I did. But Jonathan, you know that's not right. Jonathan is one of the places where he always wants a picture. When I go there as Santa Claus, he and I always get a picture together with one of his other brother-in-laws.
Well, there you go.
So now it's 4th down and 11. Hey, 5 and 6 is 11. A while ago it said 5.
Good math.
Here is the snap.
Third time's a
Perez
charm.
with the kick.
Another good one.
Another good kick. I don't like trying to catch it that way. With Samples with the catch, Andy takes it at the 29, and he's going to get a 6-yard return. They're only going to give him 5 of it. And they're going to put that ball right at the nose of it on the 35-yard line, right in the middle of the field, headed toward the snout of the mascot, right in the middle of the field. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
I tell you what, for having to do that 3 times, they executed it pretty decent. Now, though, back in Harrisonville offense hands and see if they can put together another little drive, a few plays, and have been big.
Pro to the right, veer backs, Hall under center. Smalley to the far side. Sims, and he's headed deep, and the ball's. We'll see if he can catch it, and he brings it down. 35-yard pass caught by Josiah Sims from Levi Hall. Going to have it 1st and 10
so
here on the near side.
You know, in these, so now we're at the point of the year where you've ran that play a handful of times in games and probably much more in practice. Timing's working out. You know when you need to get rid of it, attack the ball, went and got it, and did a good job there.
Pro right, 17 seconds. Going to run a little option out to the right, and he's going to be taken down. So now I expect a timeout pretty quick here.
Not in the first quarter.
It's been a long first quarter.
Yes, it has.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, so a loss of 2 on that little speed option there. And we go to the second quarter. 2-3 Construction was your first quarter sponsor. Young's Tire and Wheel, your second quarter sponsor. Church and Dwight, JCM Plumbing, signature sponsors. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
All right, welcome back. Little look at the huddle there of the Wildcats as they decide what's going to happen. Coming out right here, the Wildcats lead 22-7 after that pass play. Oh, nope, had one play since then. Had a little speed option play.
Yep, and actually, you know what? They look like they had some numbers to the outside, and before Hall could go ahead and make the decision to turn up field or get it on the edge, he had kind of been in the grasp of the defense there. I think that they've done a really good job decision-wise as far as coaches, play type, and, Hall's done a good job with the read, and I think he's starting to see where the numbers go ahead and work out when somebody's trying to slow play something and when they're inside and they're dead to rights on the inside there.
All right. Keller Johnson, the tight end to the right. Smalley and Josiah Sims, twins out to the left. We're going to shift out there in Bechtel. Out into trips. Trying to get it to go. Throws it. That's a pretty nice job in his Patrick Mahomes impression there. Trying to get him go down. Oh, well, I'll just throw it out of bounds. Looking like a backside play, starting to the 2 receiver side, spin back. The Panthers are coached well that, hey, they're going to roll and then he's going to peel back, and they're not letting that happen.
Yeah, assignment football was done pretty well right there. I did like the play call. That's where you run into the field, you draw up a little boundary screen, And like you said, as he extends the play with his feet, he wanted Bechtel to kind of turn upfield, but I think he turned upfield into a defender. But a good play nonetheless, and we'll see what they got 3rd and long.
Wildcats are going to take a timeout, 3rd and 12. That timeout is brought to you by Golden Classics. Coach, take a timeout to talk things over. You need to take a timeout and go by and see Wendy at Golden Classics. We'll be back.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
All right, we are back. Little YMCA action going on out here. And we are going to go with a pro left formation. Josiah Sims out of the flanker on the far side. Smalley to the near side.
We'll see what they have kind of cooked up here for this 3rd and 12.
And he pulls it, a little dive action. And he's tackled from behind. Going to gain about 4. Hall with the keeper.
Yep, and we're going to see kind of what kind of mood or decision making we're kind of, down here in the four down territory. It looks like that's the route to go, and I think so with the field goal kicking game.
Tackle by Atwell, pro left formation. Under center goes Hall. Veer backs. Bechtel and the dive is handed off and kicked out.
Let's go.
Wide.
Oh! White Hat wants to throw something across the field and behind the play. Uh-oh.
All right, so.
Well, this penalty is going to be declined.
This will be interesting to see what happens, to see if the ball was stolen away by Oak Grove on the far side with the hold. If so, they'll decline that penalty and take the ball.
Call. The call is holding against the offense.
Holding against the Wildcats, decline. The ball was taken away before over there, so that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So a strange turn of events in that whole deal right there. And the Panthers end up, after all that, with the ball 1st and 10.
Well, and here with you talking about that being a strange outcome, essentially it was a 7-yard punt being down here, and you don't necessarily lose terribly as far as the field position.
Twins to the left. Flanker out to the right and handed up the middle to Lindsay.
That's number 8.
Looked like Pablo Cortez Garcia was kind of big in the middle there. And this, I've seen Oak Grove has stayed very much guard to guard. Their little zones are designed to sidestep and be patient, and then get vertical, rather than kind of stretching things out and deciding. So
2nd down and 10. The little H back to the right, Twins to the left, flex tight end out to the right, snap and a fake to Spencer, and the pass out to Pittman. Pittman with the catch, and that's going to be a 13-yard gain for a 1st and 10.
I think he was eventually caught over here by Tryon Samples. When that play first developed, I didn't like how much space there was, but it was a pretty good fake misdirection, and now you're looking at a bend, don't break, like you always do as far as a defensive standpoint. You get a negative play here or them a penalty, and you're right back in good graces.
Twins out to the right here on the near side, 1st and 10. Sharks back to pass, and he's throwing it deep, and it falls harmlessly between a couple of receivers, Pittman and Meyer, down the field.
And it looked like Parrish on the coverage. He kind of dropped to the flats, not expecting that position, that H-back to turn up field, and or he may have didn't think there was enough time, but thankfully that one did fall harmless.
Twins to the right, and they're going to hand it off and tackled
Pablo.
at the line of scrimmage is Noah Spencer.
Pablo Cortez met him again. He's starting to kind of I think he's starting to have more of a presence as far as taking on those double teams to where now he slips off of one, makes tackle for loss. Very nice.
3-yard loss on the play.
I didn't see this contact that player's down.
Have a player down. So while we take a look at that, we will take a break. Wildcats leading 20-7. During the injury, we'll take a break. What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise while you're putting money right back into time. And think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Max Motors, our team is ready to help you with all your automotive needs.
My husband and I were looking for a truck. We were told that Max Motors was the place to go. They had exactly what we were looking for and at a price that worked within our budget. Plus, there was zero pressure. I've never had such a pleasant experience at a car dealership. We will definitely back to do business with them in the future.
If you're thinking about a new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Hyundai, shop 24/7 at maxmotors.com. Open late. See dealer for details.
When you're searching for insurance, call an agent in town that can protect you. Call CPSK for auto, life, renter's boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy you want covered. CPSK Insurance is an auto owner's affiliate, so call and talk to Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. Business coverage is available as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at www.cpskinsurance.com and let your agents go to work for you.
All right, a little bit of help off the field with a couple is number 34, the senior Noah Spencer. So a little bit of help. They're not carrying him, but he is walking gingerly on one of his feet. So
hope for a speedy recovery there. Catch the postseason.
And just hopefully later in this game even.
Yep.
Like to see everybody playing. Never like to see anybody hurt. So 3rd down and 13 on the near side here. The Panthers on their own 30-yard line.
I think you look for a little bit of misdirection or your screens, your delays. Because, I mean, that's how these big conversions usually go ahead and work out.
So they're coming up quickly. Trips to the right, split to the left. Back to Sharts. Sharts looking deep and no catch. Nice job.
Ing, I believe, was on coverage there.
Ing was on coverage. May have dislodged that 3. The intended receiver, Matthew Meyer, the sophomore. He did a nice job trying to keep his legs in, but he just could not hang on to the ball.
He did a great field awareness, and also Ing to hold off until the contact comes with, with the receiver. And good job by the quarterback even trying to get it out there. They apparently thought they'd have success over here with that wheel they tried, and I think the pass before that as well.
Samples back deep. Perez back to Kip. He's going to take off running with it. And he's going to be upended.
That was a very nice hit, and I can't tell. Yep. 41, yeah. I couldn't tell.
Wyatt Smith upended Perez, and the Wildcats take over in Panther territory. So a gutsy little call there with the punt, the rugby-type punt.
I thought that would have been earlier.
If you were going to do it.
Yeah.
So 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the half. Wildcats up 20-7. We're going to have pro to the right veer backs.
I hate the lineup. The offset.
Well,
it gives away a tendency.
It tells us right now that it's going to be a dive to this side with the back.
Other side. No. The depth is for the dive.
The depth.
Yeah.
Yes.
The depth is for the dive because he can gain depth as he runs around for pitch.
So the dive to the left side. So what T2 Travis and I here are talking about is you've got one back that is a yard closer to the line of scrimmage, and it tells where the dive is likely to be.
Yep.
So we have We're back under center. We have backs that are a little more even and going to come to this side this time. He pulls it out, and that has been blown up with a nice job of responsibility football.
1 to 2 to 3. Absolutely.
The dive was taken away, the quarterback was taken away because the Wildcats did not get a push there.
Here's what you go ahead and get from that, though. Yes, they get you on that one. When you have 3 options, it's easy for one to let down as you grind it out through the rest of the game. So those numbers are there in your favor.
And that's why you run the triple option.
Yes,
Here
sir.
comes Pro to the left, and the ball drops out. So
maybe I heard several whistles.
So I'll tell you what, we can get after him every week, but I guarantee you that Levi Hall is trying to get that ball to somebody to make something happen because he popped that thing back out of there to Bechtel. Just he had been stopped first. So it's going to be 4th down and 13. Wildcats at the Oak Grove 35-yard line. Pro right formation. Josiah Sims to the far side. Smalley to the near side. And Hall back to a pass. He's got
a little bit of
being
room.
Credit from the backside, and open field tackle going to have him come up short. He gets 5, 6, 7, 8 yard gain, but not enough. So the Panthers are going to take over on downs with 7.5 minutes plus
About
1
28.
ticket here in the half. 1st and 10 on the far side. The Panthers will have it on the 28-yard line. Wildcats leading by 13.
2.5 minutes to get your 50-50 raffle tickets.
7.5 left in the half. We're going to have a couple more changes of possession here, but you'd with us not getting the ball in the second half, you want to kind of manage that for as little as possible on them, and you take a really good chunk and get some points.
So a little lead option look coming out to the far side.
Good
the
job.
Wildcats have numbers, and that's going to be a loss of about 3.
I think Keller Johnson.
Go ahead.
Just Keller. He's had 3 catches in the first half, several tackles, and here a tackle for loss. They're starting to kind of find their stride of who's playing where and how to attack those.
Keller Johnson has great grandpa watching in Texas today. So great grandpa, how about that play right there? Hope you were able to see it. Trips to the right, split to the left. Sharts in the backfield. Fake to Pittman, and a pass thrown down. High for everyone,
Just missed by
even
Samples.
over Samples. Samples could not get up quite high enough to get it.
You know what? There was actually some really good pressure on that play. I believe it was by Stone coming down here off the near side. He was running through a guy hanging on for about all he could. I thought we would draw that flag as well.
3rd down and 13 for the Oak Grove Panthers. (20-7) the lead. 6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining here in the half. Trips to the right, split in to the left. Sharts flanked by Pittman. Pittman protecting him as he rolls out to the right. Sharts is going to get rid of it just in time before he's sacked over there. And
that's pretty tough to do right there. As far as I kind of, as you glance along the secondary, you have some pretty good up front. You had some pretty good pressure to where he was backing up there. But to guard for that long is pretty difficult to do. And, I mean, everyone was blanketed by 1 or 2 guys. So no wonder he didn't get that ball off sooner.
So back deep. Double tight with wide splits. 3 up, backs protecting. Sample back deep. And little rugby look, not going to fake it this time. And just probably going to get away. And that's a good choice to just get away. And the ball is going to be down at the Wildcat 43-yard line. They'll take over here on the near side just to the collar of the Wildcat mascot.
I think, again, right there on that one, I don't know if Samples was really trying to decide whether he was going to take that or if he was, keeping it in their minds they better cover all night because I may make that decision at some point. But I think he made the right choice.
1st and 10 on the 44-yard line. Pro to the left, Josiah to the far side, Josiah Sims, Smalley to the near side. Little dive action, and the ball comes out a little, as Chad would say, a little scrum going on out there. I think going to be a loss of about 2.
Well, you talk about assignment football. Did you see the 2 guys who still had the dive back drove down about a yard from where the play ended? And, I mean, they definitely had guys in the box there, got some penetration. That is attributed across the board on both sides. I mean, we ended up on the negative side of a yard on that one, but I'm sure we'll see one go in the other direction here as well.
Pro left, veer backs, going to run the little outside veer, and he breaks loose. Have a flag on the play. So Phillips on the carry. Have a flag comes in from the umpire spot.
Yeah, and with the little, it looks like holding on Harrisonville. A lot of times in those, it is whoever throws that flag may have been the only one who's kind of in a good position to see that. There's quite a bit of cluster in there in the box.
That is a 10-yard penalty, not 5. Repeat, 2nd down.
Ooh, yeah, that's a ways.
Well, and the flag was thrown 3 or 4 yards deep. So that makes it 2nd down and a bunch. There it comes back, 21. Pro left. Going to get away and see if he can stay out front, and he's going to get about 4 yards of it back. Levi Hall on the carry.
I don't know if it's if it is that close to each decision. I mean, he just decided to bring the ball down and get away from the pressure on the backside. And he also decided to tuck it when he was about ready to get it swiped out of his hand. So whether it's luck or intentional, he did a good job taking care of the ball.
3rd down and 17. Pro to the left. Veer backs. Smalley to the near side. Josiah Sims to the far side, and not able to get that pitch. The Panthers are doing a decent job most of the time covering all 3 options, but that's why the option finally works, is because you get it taken care of. You may change the blocking scheme a little.
Sure, yeah, and you either get somebody a step ahead, but here's the other thing. You're seeing really high tackling right now from Oak Grove, and so those are quickly going to be a slip-off and maybe even a penalty with a face mask, which I thought they had there.
So Smalley with the punt, and that ball is going to be down at the 40-yard line.
This will be about their best start, I think.
25-yard punt, 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the half. Wildcats lead 20-7. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
And here's what you get to take into consideration for playing all 4 quarters and playing every down. You know, all the explosive plays where most of the numbers on the board came early on, and now it's been kind of a stalemate this whole second.
To the left, split to the right, a little H back, and
double as a reverse.
And a little reverse action, and off to the races, and
you know, there's some guys making some really good efforts, and that may have been a little effort after the play that we didn't need. But you look at, I mean, you talked about how them being well coached. Those the fakes that I've seen that set up something like that and to be a positive play has been really well, and you have the straight grit of the defense who may not have been in position but are still going to get the ball on the ground and live to play another down.
If this penalty is against us, and it is, and I'm going to tell you what that came from. That came from a block of one of the Panthers driving a guy into the ground and then continuing to push him
outside
on the ground, and he reacted to it and gets the penalty. You got to not react, but that's tough.
It is. It's hard to not react, but what you also get is now you get some guys, pooling around him because he just got, he decided to stand up when maybe somebody else wouldn't. Now it's time to get rallied all up together and do it in between the whistles and get a stop here.
So back to pass is Sharts, and a pass is going to be deep and
to 44, I believe.
That is Logan Pittman, the senior out there, just off of his hand. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10. So they get the penalty as well as a decent play, and they go up top and try and make
on that. Absolutely.
So got Twins to the left, going to have the little H-back to the left here as well. H-back is a little fullback. That was where
That's where a lot of the leak outs and the kind of the late little dump routes can go for big.
Yeah, or a little releaser out the backside.
Sure. And let's see.
So that was Lindsey on the carry, gain of about 2. So going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now.
So a little bit more on what you're talking about with that penalty and what it does. There's some people, maybe the defensive coordinator down here, that may think that kind of reaction is something to get people fired up, and you can take one of those when it causes you to rally up together and get your stop and get you guys off the field and give it back to the offense.
So 3rd and 8, going to roll to the left and back out to the right side, and a great job.
Back.
So did the end up pass being caught, or
it did?
I thought the ball went out of bounds, so that's going to bring up 4th down and a long 10, and right at 10.
That outside linebacker, which I didn't catch the number over there, did a great job of making that play while he had a guy on his back.
Yeah, he's actually playing through the blocker right in to do a great job over there. So they're going to switch sides. They're going to try an attempt here of 41-yard attempt by Diego Perez. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it had enough distance, but it was wide to the left. So the Wildcats will take over on the 20. I don't think that
wide to the west for you nautical guys that are talking about the left to right and north and south.
So the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 with 3:13 remaining here in the half. That first quarter seemed long, and this one is kind of getting out there on its own self.
They always do that.
Nonetheless, the Wildcats are ahead 22-7. They're going to take the ball at the 20-yard line. A nice 3-minute and 11-second drive for a touchdown would be awesome right here. Let's see what the Wildcats can put together.
A penalty might have just fired up defense for a pretty good stop.
There you go. We're going to have Twins to the right. Keller Johnson back over to the left. Veer backs under center is Hall. Hall's going to step back, survey things. Now step back under and run a little inside veer action.
Whew. Yeah, the extra on the other side. I don't know how after it was. Maybe somebody rolling.
That is going to be no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. So same formation. Twins to the right. Josiah, Sims, and Smalley. 2 tall old Twins out here to the right with Keller Johnson on the backside. And going to give a little dive action. Going to be gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Little conservative action here. And as I say that, Travis's head's bobbling up and down like a bobblehead from a Royals baseball
I was
game.
wondering if we were wanting the tick, 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 tick to kind of happen. And it is conservative, but the thing that you like about your bread and butters is that those can bust when everyone does their job as well. You stay true to it and see where it breaks free. Maybe it's now. And maybe we just have a smaller deficit to keep the lead in the second half.
Twins to the right. The 21-yard line of the Wildcats, and that's going to be going to get a timeout called here, and that is a Golden Classics timeout. While Coach Hannah, it looks like, is who's out going to see that. Him up. So go see Wendy down at Golden Classics. Take a time out of your day to go look at some jewelry. We'll be back.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling provides quality services and amazing products from Carrier. Always going the extra mile to ensure that your heating and cooling units keep performing at optimal levels. Sherwood Heating and Cooling wants your family to be as comfortable as their own. Products come with warranties and service checkups by trained technicians that give you peace of mind. Call and schedule an appointment at 816-862-6610.
All right, welcome back, everybody. $1.56 remaining in this half. Wildcats leading 20-7 over Oak Grove Panthers. Wildcats are going to come out in that same old Twins formation. Got a flex tight end and then a flanker back off the ball with Keller Hayes on the backside.
Yeah,
so
Keller Johnson.
Keller Hayes. Huh. And what did
say?
you just say? Off to the races, a little veer
Nobody
look.
touch anybody back there behind the play.
Don't anybody block who they had.
I believe it's Samples. Nope. 24.
Dominic Mead, but he just called Phillips in here. We're going with Dominic Mead on.
I don't think Phillips is playing. Oh. Okay. Well, no, that's okay.
Okay.
But I mean, I tell you what, that is where a look can be deceiving from being, hey, your Rams out here. Huh?
Here's that Ram formation. Quarterback comes out, going to throw it over to the backside.
And that is what it's for.
A great job. Ram formation. Roll out to the right, behind the Ram, throw to the backside. Now you got your sevens there 4 times. Hey, by the way, Papa Murphy's, somebody scored a pizza. We'll get that when we get back.
Hey there, Wildcat and pizza fans. Are you ready for a touchdown of flavor? Enter Papa Murphy's Score-Free Pizza Contest. Picture it, Wildcats on the big screen, friends gathered around, and the excitement of a touchdown. But that's not all. At Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville, we're turning touchdowns into free pizza. Every time the Wildcats score a touchdown, you score big too. Head to Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville to enter, and with every touchdown, someone gets free pizza. Don't miss out. Sign up for the Papa Murphy's Touchdown Contest and celebrate touchdowns like never before. Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville, where touchdowns taste better.
$1:44 left in the half, 28-7 lead. The Wildcats scored. Somebody scored Papa Murphy pizza. That is Candy McCarty, I believe. Travis, that McCarty? Sure. Candy McCarty, I'll be sending you an email. If we've got it wrong, it doesn't matter. Still got an email that's going to get you a pizza by the Wildcats. So the Wildcats have gotten a couple 2-point conversions to get back to 28. That ball's going to be taken right at the 10 and up through the middle and is going to be taken down at the 27-yard line, first and 10.
I think that's just adapting to what athletes you have, whether it be scheme you're running. Special teams is no different. I was wondering if that was going to happen earlier in the year. Just take it, we're going to go for the 2, and you're going to have to keep up score-wise to make that worth your while from a opponent standpoint.
So that touchdown for the Wildcats and the other touchdown is Brandon Phillips. He is wearing a different number. My lack of taking care of business, that is number 44, Logan Pittman, with the 20-yard gain. That's going to bring up first and 10, just short of the Wildcat territory. So first and 10 on the far side from the 47-yard line for the Panthers.
With that being a 20-yard gain, you definitely go back to, all right, get up to the line, get your breath now because you just had the big plays go. That's what you have to eliminate, and you start over with your 3 and outs hopefully here.
Twins to the left, split to the right. Pass back is Schartz going deep, and Schartz, and that is deep and over his receiver. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Braden, I believe it's Cannableed there on the coverage, and I thought he had great position. Ball was overthrown, and here you go, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Bunch trips.
Going to have the bunch trips, a little V bunch out here with a split back to the right. Schartz back to pass, sneaking out on the backside was 44 Pittman, trying to sneak through as that back over to the far side. And that's flag on the play.
Great job by the outside linebacker, knowing that he can come up and meet him in that hole and not let him escape, with it being behind the line of scrimmage, and that being the clear option that they wanted. They did have a crosser in that inside guy from the bunch trips, but both of them, I believe, were knocked off course and disrupted all that timing.
So a hold by the Panthers moves them back to the 36-yard line, their own 36-yard line on the far side. 2nd down and 21. They're going to move it forward and make that 2nd down and 20. Going to have little H back to the left, slot to the left, flex tight end out to the right. Going to hand the ball up the middle. And that is Matthew Lindsay, the sophomore. He's going to get back about 5 of it. That's going to bring 3rd and 14, so he got back 6 of it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love what Harrisonville's front is doing as far as being able to kind of play both ways and not really giving away their position, because Oak Grove's trying to be very, very and let them make the mistake and then step up into the hole. And I don't think they're letting them do that, even though they're moving the line of scrimmage a little bit.
So Twins to the left, H back in a slot formation over to the right. So slot and Twins.
Straight drop back.
Starts back to pass and going to get chased out of bounds, and the pass made and is going to fall incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 14. And Perez comes onto the field, the senior kicker. Sonny kick return contest. Hey, you know that's up to $60, and that is Jonathan Hargrave. Let's see if something good. Gary's doing a good job here. Here in a couple of weeks, Gary may be calling a game for us, and he's doing a nice job taking care of me here. Jonathan Hargrave. See if we can get you a kick return here for $60.
Not on this one.
Not on this one. Going to get away. The ball's headed back toward the.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's been the last 3 punts that as Samples approaches the ball and deciding, trying to make his decision to where an Oak Grove player is trying to grab him and throw him into the ball, which is 100% illegal, but I don't even know
if
there hasn't even been a conversation. Yeah.
So 1st and 10 here on the near side, the 26-yard line. Wildcats have it at their own 26 here with 18-2. We'll see if they're going to try and go with anything or if they're going to just take a knee. And
speaking of try and, I've really enjoyed that he hasn't responded to that one time.
The being thrown into the ball you're talking about.
Yes, he has not responded to that.
So we're going to get the thing started here. 14 seconds remaining in the half. That's going to take us to halftime. The Wildcats lead the Oak Grove Panthers 28-7. We're going to get an extended break here at the halftime. Thanks for joining us. Young's Tire and Wheel, the second quarter sponsor. Sponsor Show Me Auto Mall. Church and Dwight, signature sponsor, as well as Plumbing. We'll be back.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
Church and Dwight, the company that brings you brands like Arm & Hammer, Hero Cosmetics, and OxyClean, is hiring in Harrisonville. Church and Dwight is looking for experienced team members at their Harrisonville manufacturing facility. Full-time and part-time positions available. Wages from $20.08 an hour and benefits starting day one. Come join a place where people matter. Learn more by visiting churchdwight.com and click on careers. That's churchdwight.com. Church and Dwight is an equal opportunity employer.
It always seems to happen. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Not a problem when you have purchased your tires at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You get the free flat repair for the life of your tires. On a budget, Young's has the best selection of new and used tires to save a little extra money. When the time comes for new tires, stop at the shop 4T's Trust to keep them rolling down the highway. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise, all while you're putting money right back into the community. Stop wasting time and think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Ready to upgrade your patio for those football watch parties? Call Ethan Young with 2-3 Construction Services to get started today. He can create a fun patio area complete with a fire pit in case it gets a bit chilly for one of those Wildcat or Chiefs fall nights. If a new driveway or floor for the shop is part of your upgrade, he will help you there as well. Call Ethan today at 816-533-2119 and put 2-3 Construction Services to work for you.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon fog. Grab an ice-cold drink full of caffeine and kickstart your afternoon and evening. The best part, 2 to 4 is happy hour, and drinks are half price. Grab an afternoon snack of cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers, or order on the app for happy hour anytime. Sonic Happy Hour, where you kick away the fog. Also, visit 4ts.com and sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest.
Max Motors, our team is ready to help you with all your automotive needs.
My husband and I were looking for a truck. We were told that Max Motors was the place to go. They had exactly what we were looking for and at a price that worked within our budget. Plus, there was zero pressure. I've never had such a pleasant experience at a car dealership. We will definitely be going back to do business with them in the future.
If you're thinking about a new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Hyundai, shop 24/7 at maxmotors.com. Open late. See dealer for details.
When you're searching for insurance, call an agent in town that can protect you. Call CPSK for auto, life, renter's boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy you want covered. CPSK Insurance is an auto owner's affiliate, so call and talk to Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. Business coverage is available as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at www.cpskinsurance.com and let your local agents go to work for you.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling provides quality services and amazing products from Carrier. Always going the extra mile to ensure that your heating and cooling units keep performing at optimal levels. Sherwood Heating and Cooling wants your family to be as comfortable as their own. Products come with warranties and service checkups by trained technicians that give you peace of mind. Call and schedule an appointment at 816-862-6610.
Hey there, Wildcat and pizza fans. Are you ready for a touchdown of flavor? Enter Papa Murphy's Score-Free Pizza Contest. Picture it, Wildcats on the big screen, friends gathered around, and the excitement of a touchdown. But that's not all. At Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville, we're turning touchdowns into free pizza. Every time the Wildcats score a touchdown, you score big too. Head to Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville to enter, and with every touchdown, someone gets free pizza. Don't miss out. Sign up for the Papa Murphy's Touchdown Contest and celebrate touchdowns like never before. Papa Murphy's of Harrisonville, where touchdowns taste better.
At Signature Will and Trust, owner and managing attorney Danielle Scavuzzo and attorneys Salvatore Scavuzzo and Brendan Barker tailor estate plans to fit your individual and family needs. A properly executed estate plan protects you and your loved ones in the event of your incapacity or death. Now is the time to call and schedule an appointment for a free consultation with Signature Will and Trust at 816-237-8555. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
New logo, new colors, new app, and a new online banking platform. There may be a lot of new at Sherwood Community Bank, but one thing remains the same: community. Serving the area with 4 convenient locations, Sherwood is still your community bank. Come see what it's like to be part of the community with a new account. The small town bank with big city convenience. Sherwood Community Bank, your community bank.
Hey, I'm Matt with the Red Barn Ranch just north of Harrisonville, Missouri. As a 4th-generation farmer, it was important for me to be able to share our farm experience with the rest of the community. We opened Red Barn Ranch to provide just that, someplace that people can come and experience the farm and walk around and have a good time and make lifelong memories. Red Barn Ranch has grown over the last 9 years from just solely a pumpkin patch to a full farm experience. We've got rides, slides, attractions of all kinds, food, a bar, and a little bit of everything. We'd love for you guys to come see us in person. We're located just 2 miles north of Harrisonville. For more information, you can check us out on Google, Facebook, or redbarnranch.farm. We'll see you at the patch.
Before every big purchase, you have to prepare. Prepare the easy way by calling Harrisonville's Farmers Insurance agent, Brad Sainer. Brad will make sure there are no holes in your coverage and take care of you with any lives mishaps. Prepare for great insurance coverage by calling Brad Sainer at 816-974-8105. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Little halftime action going on here. Josh, if you want to, where'd he go? Never mind, or maybe put it on the band, let them see the band. They might be able to hear it a little bit in the background, see if they can get that on, just as opposed to having the 4Ts thing on there. Just as well have a little band going on. Wildcats leading 28-7.
7 still, yes.
Here, trying to remember if they made
they missed the field goal. Yep.
Did miss the field goal to 41-yarder. The Wildcats leading here. So cover how the keys to the game have been affected so far in what's going on.
Sure. Well, most of the action was in the first quarter there as it drug on, but because of stoppage, as you had a bunch of scores going on. But what I saw there was a lot of big athletic plays, whether it be early on when the scripts were just seeing how you line up to it, and or an athletic play be made because somebody missed a tackle or make a miss. However, now you get to see the adjustments. Now you get to see what's been working, how you're going to either check to something else or to just keep going and get your line of scrimmage moved down to kind of keep going with your grind or that bread and butter that we'll eventually see pop one for a touchdown. But I've actually This game's been managed pretty well. You talked about the coaching with the Oak Grove Panthers as far as assignment goes, and it looks like they are moving pretty well on the defensive side to the ball. But you have to limit those on whatever side you're on, whichever side you're pulling for or game planning for. You have to coach those guys to basically your bend not break and stay fired up on every play, because every play can pop for that touchdown. The taking care of the football from the turnover ratio has been very well from Harrisonville side. You know, I'm not necessarily keeping in my head the stats from the Panthers. There hasn't been a whole lot of turnovers. There's been a lot of punts and things like that from changing field position. But you've seen a pretty clean game, with, I guess, the exception of what we were talking about from the penalties. You know, Harrisonville takes a penalty pretty deep in their territory, to where you see whether it's going to be a momentum for Oak Grove, or Harrisonville answers, you know, a call from getting fired up and now we're going to go play some football. On the flip side of that, where you saw some frustration and kind of losing their cool to get that penalty on Harrisonville's side, Tryon Samples has been the Panthers have tried to throw him into the punts that have been rolling, to where they could get it a touch and have a muffed punt essentially, and he has not responded in the slightest, even if there were two guys trying to do that. So seeing his poise, which I see in his strong safety play, as well as him deciding whether he's going to take a punt, that's fairly impressive, and him holding himself back and just playing the football game in between the whistles is equally impressive. So doing a good job on that tonight. The other stuff, making the tackles, really, you always are needing to do that. Like I said, things have been pretty clean tonight. There's been some up-high tackling that may get both teams later on in the match when they're tired and not hanging on to everything. But this is why you play them, and that's why you got to play all four quarters right now. The 2-score, 3-score differential here, we'll kind of see if that is blown wide open, or if it's just kind of stays at that deficit for the rest of the way. Pop.
8:20 left in the halftime. Generally a 20-minute half here at Harrisonville, always, because the visiting team has to go up and across, and it's
over
a
the
long
river
way.
and through the woods.
Yeah, over the river and through the woods and up and across. So 20-minute half times virtually all the time. The officials clear down to the old weight room and the wrestling room down over the hill. So the band getting a little bit of time to do their thing, which
they enjoy, I enjoy, and it's kind of cool that they probably get a little bit more time and a little bit more on showcase than other teams, just because we do have that longer halftime.
They may get a similar amount of time, but they don't have to rush to get things done.
Yeah.
And you'll notice one of the Wildcats.
Oh, but yeah.
Ethan Stone.
Stone, yeah.
Ethan Stone, if you can see his back, I'm not sure. If you look down just above the scoreboard on there, just above that, you'll see that Ethan Stone is one of the two that's leading the band in this particular song.
Drum majors.
Drum major, that's what I was trying to think of. It's been a long time. Long time for sure. So with 7 minutes left, we're going to take a break, do a little bit of business, and then we'll be back. At Signature Will and Trust, owner and managing attorney Danielle Scavuzzo and attorneys Salvatore Scavuzzo and Brendan Barker tailor estate plans to fit your individual and family needs. A properly executed estate plan protects you and your loved ones in the event of your incapacity or death. Now is the time to call and schedule an appointment for a free consultation with Signature Will and Trust at 816-237-8555. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
New logo, new colors, new app, and a new online banking platform. There may be a lot of new at Sherwood Community Bank, but one thing remains the same: community. Serving the area with 4 convenient locations, Sherwood is still your community bank. Come see what it's like to be part of the community with a new account. The small town bank with big city convenience. Sherwood Community Bank, your community bank.
I can go grab.
Hey, I'm Matt with the Red Barn Ranch just north of Harrisonville, Missouri. As a 4th-generation farmer, it was important for me to be able to share our farm experience with the rest of the community. We opened Red Barn Ranch to provide just that, someplace that people can come and experience the farm and walk around and have a good time and make lifelong memories. Red Barn Ranch has grown over the last 9 years from just solely a pumpkin patch to a full farm experience. We've got rides, slides, attractions of all kinds, food, a bar, and a little bit of everything. We'd love for you guys to come see us in person. We're located just 2 miles north of Harrisonville. For more information, you can check us out on Google, Facebook, or redbarnranch.farm. We'll see you at the patch.
New logo, new colors, new app, and a new online banking platform. There may be a lot of...
All right. Welcome back. Give James a little bit of trouble there already for us to come back, and another commercial jumps in there. I hate it when that happens, but it does happen. So nicely done. So as the band clears the scoreboard, Gary Davidson has joined us. Have you joined us up here? Is it all right if I tell people that you're up here tonight to come check us out? It's a little late now, isn't it?
Well, I already threw him under the bus as we were quoting movies. So
yeah, did you have him back up over the top of him because he deserves it? So there's Josh. Can you get the camera down on all these little kiddos down here? I don't know if this is a cheerleading clear down to the south end. Yeah, now come clear back over on the track and check out these littles over here. I don't know if they're going to do some cheers out here or not.
Sometimes they do the massive lead of another dance.
Can you kind of follow them down through there, Josh? And so this is the youth cheerleaders, and they're going to make their effort down through there.
It's the biggest line dance I've ever seen.
That is a big old line dance. Wildcats leading 28-7 here, getting ready to start the second half. Got about 3 minutes until each team has to be back out on the field. Then they'll get warmed up in 3 minutes. A reminder that the Panthers will have the ball. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they were going to be able to have the ball in the second half. So the Wildcats are trickling out onto the field, as well as here come the Panthers. So just a reminder, Church and Dwight, JCM Plumbing, they're both title sponsors. They're in the top corners of the screen. 2-3 Construction, first quarter, Young's Tire and Wheel, second quarter, Shobi Auto Mall, third quarter, and fourth quarter is Sonic. To round out the rest is Dominic Lacey, Dominic Shelter Insurance, Troby's Maytax Home Appliance Center, Max Motors, CPSK Insurance, Sherwood Heating and Cooling, Papa Murphy's, Signature Will and Trust, which I haven't hit the Signature Will and Trust, wants to remind you that this copyrighted broadcast is protected by copyright and cannot be reproduced without the written consent of Harrisonville Cast R9 Schools and 4Ts.
And that holds true whether it came out of your mouth earlier or not.
That's right. Sherwood Community Bank, Red Barn Ranch, Brad Sainer Farmers Insurance, and Culver's Golden Classics, First Class Heating and Cooling, Lindley's Country Cookies. They are awesome. We'll have somebody winning those. And Judy Q's. Judy Q's is out on 291, the old Ray barbecue where you turn to go over to the golf course. And that is our list of sponsors. I was thinking today as I bought something, and I thought, man, these things are high, but they were things at Walmart that has gone up high for everyone, and all of these businesses put their money into what we do, so you please take your money and support these sponsors. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Are you playing some highlights? What a guy you are. So as you're looking, there are some highlights that are going on the screen as each of the two teams get their 3 minutes going. So James is back here doing the stuff with some highlights from the first half. 37 seconds, and each team will head down to get their last 3 minutes worth of instructions, and we'll go see what the second half is going to bring in this thing. Oak Grove Panthers, the Wildcats looking to bring them down a notch in MRVC fashion, as well as to try and help their cause for trying to get this thing back to
a home game,
being able to get a home game for the first round of the playoffs. So when he gets through with
highlighting
those highlights, maybe, how many more you got there?
4 or 5.
So after 4 or 5 more highlights, we'll get a couple more commercials in, and then we'll be back for the start of the second half.
Let's talk about more action.
Why don't you go ahead and click that so they're not listening to me?
The commentation the second time around's good.
Well, it's still going. We're live right now because he's not shut it off. So I guess that
we look like the officials around the tent whenever they would do a challenge play. That's what we were doing over here.
There's a look at some of those young cheerleaders down here getting ready to go down on the track. I think Josh has got the camera going on there. So Josh is running the 3 PTZ cameras. Tucker, Uncle Big Tuck, is over here running the handheld. James is, so now you've
he looked at me
and James is over here messing with what he's doing, but we appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to take a break, whether he turns us off or not. Ready, go.
Before every big purchase, you have to prepare. Prepare the easy way by calling Harrisonville's Farmers Insurance agent, Brad Sainer. Brad will make sure there are no holes in your coverage and take care of you with any lives mishaps. Prepare for great insurance coverage by calling Brad Sainer at 816-974-8105. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 28-7, your Wildcats leading over. That's interesting. I forgot to change the thing at the top. I put it down wrong. We play the Odessa Bulldogs here at home. Next Friday night, another MRVC.
Well, that's a pretty good job of calling Oak Grove then.
Yes, it is as well. And in the MRVC standings, I'm not sure who Odessa's playing tonight, but they are in 4th place. I don't think it'll tell on those. You just got Oak Grove and us there. So we're down to about 17 seconds before we're going to get this thing going. It looks like the Wildcats are going to be going from right to left, as Chad Grammer would say, and from the south to the north, as Gary Davids would say. So they hand that ball to Cole Smalley, and he is going to tee that thing up on the 40 to get ready to go here in the second half with the Wildcats leading. So Chillicothe is who
Odessa's matching off with
tonight. We haven't seen any scores. And here we go. There's the kick, and it's headed over to the left side. That's going to be taken at the 5-yard line, up, and Brayson Stewart on the carry, a senior.
Yeah, it looks like brought down by, or at least met initially by number 5, and it was Addison Ing kind of led the pack there. They still hit that the third level of that, kind of over in this corner. For the most part, I know that I like to do this, and it looks to hold true for kind of Harrisonville alumni, playing to your side, either the return or the kick to your own sideline for a little bit of being able to communicate, a little bit of encouragement.
Twins out to the left. I didn't know if you were done or not. Twins out to the left. A little hand up the middle. I believe that to be Noah Spencer, the senior. Nope, it was Matthew Lindsay with the carry. So Cortez Garcia with the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Here on the near side, ball on the 25-yard line. 15-yard return on the kickoff. Gonna fake, throw a little bubble pass out here. I believe that's the first pass caught by Matthew Meyer, the sophomore. He's gonna gain about 3. Excuse me,
I was just thinking he gained a little more than 3.
3rd down and 2.
They're seeming to go with a little bit more. They've never been real quick to the ball, but right now I think they're in a rhythm coming out after half and having a deficit. You may see them go a little quicker and quicker each drive.
That is going to be very close to the 1st down. Another carry by Lindsay.
Yeah, you got it.
And the 1st down is moved forward. The clock rolls here in the 3rd quarter. Show Me Auto Mall, your 3rd quarter sponsor. 1st and 10, Twins to the right. Slot to the left. Gonna roll back out to the far side and taken down. So pressure, and then the second
tackler coming through to absolutely clean it up. That was a nice team effort from, you had a little bit of a leak, down here to a check down that was covered up pretty well. You had some pressure in his face that he sidestepped, and then the second guy coming from the backside went ahead and slings him to the ground. So now you got a big time 2nd down play.
2nd down and 16. 2nd down and Judy Q's out on 291. Got the bunch over to double slots, but in fairly tight. And the snap back to Sharts.
That's interesting.
And he's going to be taken down.
I think it was Jack San Nicolas.
San Nicolas with another tackle for loss and a sack on the play.
And you know what?
Now it's 3rd and peculiar.
What I am really liking, and I continue to see kind of each game, you see some guys who we've game planned to get into positions to make some plays, and then late in the game, you have your grinders that come from the backside that you haven't seen all game that come through on a big play like that to where it's 3rd and your peculiar or however far north you want to go.
Trips to the left, going to roll out, give the ball on the little draw, and that draw is to Pittman. Pittman gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage, less 4. So 4th down and about 14 on the far side. The ball at the 31-yard line.
They got a decent chunk back there. From a defensive standpoint, you don't mind allowing that start of the play to be, it doesn't look like anybody's buying with it being that kind of 2nd and forever, 3rd and forever.
Perez back to kick. Kick is off. He got a good one. And Sample says, I better just let this go, and the ball's going to roll dead.
I don't want to try to get somebody throw me into this.
That's right. The ball rolls dead on the far side at the 21, so the Wildcats are going to take over from their own 21-yard line here in the 3rd quarter with 8:02 remaining.
So what I think we're going to see here from Harrisonville, which they've done very, very well the last couple games, is they don't need this score to go anywhere. And so they can manage this. They can knock time off the clock. They can get first downs. They can still get physical with things and manage the rest of the game, which I've really enjoyed watching because I don't like stuff to be that close and typically more aggressive, but they do a great job with what they do.
Twins out to the left, tight end back to the right side, veer backs. Flex tight end. So it's not your normal slot Twins out here. Going to run the option inside.
Yep, whistle.
Whoa. Do we see the guy that is punching?
Yeah.
And I believe that's got it.
That'll be ejected.
That's too bad not to be coached up there on that. So a couple yard gain on the play.
I would be shocked if that's. I'm actually shocked that he's
Personal
not
foul
ejected.
on the Panthers.
I mean, he swung that thing like 4 times.
Whole bunch of time, and he's trying to knock the ball out, but yet he's just punching as well.
And see, I would give half of that attributed to officials. Blow the whistle.
Get it blown early. Wildcats with the 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. I was looking to see if that guy was offside. And there's the pitch. And the sidestep of the first. And just get down out there and quit taking hits.
And
Loss
see,
of about 1.
What they just allowed on that, I mean, they didn't allow because they threw a flag. But what that does is now there's a little bit of scuffle in 3 or 4 different spots on a simple option play. I like them to take care of that a little bit more from the official standpoint.
All right, so as a makeup here in my due diligence that I didn't do well is Brandon Phillips back in the game, number 24. Instead of his normal 17, we have the Twins left, and that is going to be Phillips on the carry.
Gain about 1. We've stayed in this couple of yards here for a few.
Well, we know what happens when we get 2 of those and they stop us. Then we run it on the other side for 3, and he breaks it for a 60-yarder. And that's why you run the option, is you have options. And when somebody can stop all 3 parts of the triple option, then maybe they can beat you.
Yeah.
But we so far have been able to come back to where we have.
Beat a 1-on-1.
So a little lead option coming. Going to get the pitch. See if he can get outside. A little change. Ooh.
Yep. He got a face mask on.
Got just a piece of the face mask. Jackson Bechtel on the carry.
I didn't, when the face mask stuff that used to be
5
and 15, the reason that I am okay with going to having one of those calls, whether it's incidental, whether it is, just a blatant, brutal penalty, that is jerking of a neck, of a head, and we've seen enough of those kinds of injuries that have drastic, consequences in the future. I'm pretty good with them making that call, so it's an emphasis to stay off of that and
and to keep both teams
healthy
with neck problems.
Absolutely.
So 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and a good effort really to get up where he did.
Twins to the left, tight end over to the right, veer backs.
Oh yeah, there
back
he is.
To pass and to open up the middle is Keller Johnson.
I'm telling you, that tight end pop is – I don't think he's had anybody around him, and he's a big body to box him out even if he needed to.
And that's about a 26-yard carry. 1st down, getting close to the Red Barn Ranch red zone, but not quite. And that is a Troby's Maytown home appliance 1st down.
Sounded like an honorary mention for –
it was. In case sometimes we break it and go. You just never know.
True.
So Troby's 1st down there.
Yep.
And on that Troby's 1st down play, we gain about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Right now, I think we're in a little bit of our groove now to where we're moving the ball, and I say that. We had a very good stalemate down here for 3, and then we make those big plays that we were talking about, just staying after the grind. Uh-oh.
And he's going to pull that. He did a nice job of seeing what was going to happen there, and then his feet just slipped out from under him, and it ends up being a no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, good heads-up play with Hall there as far as pulling that. His player still took a shot, but he kind of got that pulled out and to where you don't lose a ball on that hit as well, though, too.
Pro over to the right. Smalley, the flanker, out to that side. Josiah Sims split in over here to the left. Under center is Hall. Veer backs and rolling back to the backside. He's going to take and pull it up and gain about 6 on the play. Got a flag on the play. We'll see what that's going to be. That's going to be a hold against the Wildcats.
Still be 3rd down, be a little bit further.
3rd down and about 22. They're going to bring it back to about the 45-yard line in Oak Grove territory.
With that flag being there, I'm really glad that Hall didn't try to go ahead and make a couple more moves. When he made a move, his looked like his leg was planted pretty good, which always worries me from an injury standpoint. But
3rd down and 41. They moved the flag a bit on where they assessed the penalty from. Levi Hall went over to the sideline instead of having somebody run the play in. So we're going to have Twins out to the left, a flex tight end. Smalley off the ball. Josiah Sims on the ball. Veer backs. Going to take it out and make the pitch. And that's going to be Brandon Phillips. And that's going to be a nice job on the tackle by number 87 out there, Mason Morris, to keep that from being a big gainer.
Yep. It is very nice to see, as often as we are running the option, you see, different outflank, like defenses that outflank and or end up like that to where it was kind of a 2-on-1, and you just get a little bit of help late, but the possibility is always there.
Here's where Smalley against Clinton last week several times stood at the 50 and just punched that ball down deep. 2 times he had inside the 5, so we'll see what happens here. So that's going to go out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So a nice job by Smalley.
Doing it on his own that time.
To just pooch it down there and spin it out of bounds. So Oak Grove will take over on the far side, 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line with 3:30 remaining in the 3rd. I don't want to jinx us or anything, but the quarter has gone pretty quickly, so we'll see if I just did.
Yeah, and we'll stay right here with action. On this one, so the first couple times there in Clinton and even a couple games before that, in that distance, he was able to kind of nail that with some coverage. There it's no accident anymore in my mind, where I don't always give the benefit of the doubt at the beginning, but he's done a good job of proving me wrong. He's got lots of time here, kind of used his legs to extend that. I don't know if we're, going with the Mahomes-esque, but nothing doing really there. He's got running to the wide side of the field and that blanket coverage, and as long as Harrisonville's been able to hang with the defense, has been boding well for them not having anything in the pass game.
Matthew Lindsay, the senior out there, the closest receiver that he just kind of chucked it out of bounds near. So now Twins to the right, Twins to the left. So a double slot, if you will, double Twins, if you will. Luke Schartz, he steps up and throws it and takes a hit right as he let go of the ball kind of from behind. He stepped up, but he should have kept stepping up to keep from there being any contact. It's going to bring 3rd down and 10 for Oak Grove.
Is what that does, in my mind anyway, is what that does for him is he's going to be kind of pushing the envelope the rest of the game as he kind of feels the sense of urgency, time ticking down, points still being where they're at. he's going to feel that pressure regardless if they're riding on him or not.
So trips over to the right, split into the left, and back about the end zone, steps forward, and that pass is complete with a bunch of Wildcats around, so that's going to bring up 4th down and about 4. Lindsay with the tackle, or excuse me, with the reception.
Pretty good, catch it, tackle himself. Yeah, he got a lot of stats on that play.
I was listening to Mr. Matthew Kipp on the PA there, trying to let him help me know a little what's going on. So here's the spread punt formation.
I think it can help us next week by doing a different jersey pick.
There you go. And for me to do better due diligence to know when the jersey's been changed. That is for sure. See, no, probably not.
Get up off of that.
So we're going to have, that's interesting there. He takes him to the ground. He lays on him a bit. Then he helps him up. We're still probably going to get a penalty out of it, and probably rightfully so. Drive him to the ground and lay on him.
Yeah, I mean, as you help him up, and if that dude's not slapping your hand out of your way, they may have been having a nice little, they could have been having that banter all game, and he got the better of him that time. And
holding. Still the same. I thought it might be personal foul. Nonetheless, a hold. They'll tack on a little bit extra to that. Now, that's interesting. They got one ball set at the 38 and 1/3 set at the 36.
They had them both set?
Yeah.
Or did he just pick one up from fumbling it from the ball?
Maybe it was just laying there. Okay, 1st and 10 on the far side. Maybe that's what it was, but he was looking around like that's where it's going to be.
That animal's dead. No, he's just laying there.
Ball, first and 10 on the far side from the 26-yard line. Yeah, you got to have a little fun out here. I mean, it is a pigskin, so it is. Anyway.
Good reach.
So the Wildcats have a pro-left formation. Josiah's
going to get the dive on that
here
side.
to the close side.
Ooh.
Hall going to take a look at it. Smalley split to the far side. Veer backs. Going to run a little dive action. Going to get about 4. Going to bring up 2nd down. And
what I'm a little bit curious about down here is I saw a couple flinches that he saw when he went ahead and made the check on that play, and I don't know if they've somehow gotten a key on the snap count, so one of those hard counts mixed in wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if they're getting a jump and causing all that penetration that they did in the last series.
Pro-left formation, and going to be a pass off of it, and nice job by number 21, Brayson Stewart. Was intended for Keller Johnson.
And, I mean, that is a good job by that defender. Hall and Keller have hooked up about 5 or 6 times already, and it's been kind of a go-to, and that was well beyond the 1st down right there. So good play on their part, and went back to a good hookup for what has been so far in the game.
3rd and 6. Little speed option. Little step side over there. Going to get back and maybe fought his way forward, and hit the last 5 to 6 yards that he got there was all
after contact.
It was after contact, and I want this 1st down.
Yep.
Oh. Ooh, but he
probably
stepped out of bounds over there before he got those last 2 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 1. Got a cramp. It's the kind of evening for that. They're out there where they're plenty warm, the players are, and then you got the cool weather in between. So while they work on this cramp, each team's going to take a breather here. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be back.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Each team has had a chance to talk it over while the young man with the cramp has been taken, and he walked off to the side. So think he was fine, just a matter of the cool evening with a lot of warmth going on out there. So 4th down and 1, Smalley's back, and Oak Grove has no one back deep here.
Oh.
So
we're not fooling them on that, huh?
I guess no one is going back, and he's going to punt it away. Not the greatest punt in the world, but if it hits a roll, that's going to roll dead at the Oak Grove 32-yard line. Call it the 32. 1st and 10 on the far side.
As far as his overall numbers, I don't think it did too much to hurt him. You've seen better, you've seen worse. You flipped the field. I actually was kind of along the lines of Oak Grove. They weren't leaving it to chance that you get a snap to an up back to just fall forward for a yard, and they'll take that. I guess they'll take that look.
Buck 14 remaining in the 3rd. Trips to the right, going to hand it off to Pittman. Pittman stacked up, actually a loss of about 3 on the play.
So you remember when we came back from half and we were talking about what the keys to success and whatnot. Now we were going to see that the scripts have already played out from the beginning. We've made adjustments, and it's been pretty quiet in the second half, and the defense has gotten a lot of penetration and stops those real quick.
2nd down and 13. Pass as thrown. I thought that might get a flag. Some legs just got tangled up there.
I don't think that's who it was intended for. 7 was kind of bending back out here. I don't know if it was supposed to be a post corner, if that was just some miscommunication, but both covered up, and then the incidental contact will.
Lindsay and Myers, 3 and 7, were both kind of down in the similar area. A lot of bodies, lot of legs.
3 cats there as well, for sure.
Probably a decent no call. 3rd down and 13. Trips to the right. Flex tight end out to the left. Sharts under pressure and looking to throw it, and that's going to be out of bounds.
Pretty good job by – go ahead, Pop.
Well, just Cooper Brown was the receiver close to out of bounds.
Ethan Stone, kind of your stretch out to the sideline and also your pressure there. Did a good job of breaking down when the quarterback did as well. It's kind of a tough position to be in, but that's where we're finding people getting stuff done now that adjustments have been made, now that we're still going hard in the second half.
4th down and 13 from their own 30-yard line.
I'd like to see Samples get one of these.
Samples maybe get one of these, and Jonathan Hargrave would like to see a $60 gift card from the Sonic Kick Return Contest. Let's see what happens here. That's got a chance of being returnable. There's a ball taken at the 30. He's going to be taken down after a 6-yard gain. So no Sonic touchdown return there, but the Wildcats have it at their own 36-yard line on the far side. See what the Wildcats take a look at here. Come back and run that old option. You know, one of the things we've seen a lot this year has been the outside veer, the outside veer, the outside veer, a little inside veer tonight, and it's probably why we're 28-7 up here, is because they game plan for just that outside veer.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, that they run the reps so much, you're setting things up throughout the whole game. There it is. And you talk about going inside and out. What is that, Rudy? We're going to get him on the run, boys. Go inside, outside.
There you go. 5, 10, 15, 20-yard gain on the play. So one of the Oak Grove players came out of there with the ball, and as he ran with it, he tossed it away, and they made him come pick it up and bring it back.
I think he was trying to convince himself more than the officials that it was his ball.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats there. That's a Troby's. Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think appliances.
Moving into the 4th quarter.
And At the end of 3 quarters, Wildcats leading 28-7. We go from Show Me Auto Mall, the third quarter sponsor, to Sonic, the fourth quarter sponsor. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Wildcats leading 28-7. Go.
What is old is new again. Golden Classics has the same quality, friendly service, and great selection as always, just under the new management of Ryan and Wendy Saffels. Wendy has been part of the Golden Classics family for over 15 years and looks to continue the 40-plus year legacy of Golden Classics. So if it's time to pop the question, grab an anniversary gift, or something just because, stay local and go find the diamond in the rough at Golden Classics in the Gaslight Shopping Center right past McDonald's on Commercial.
All right, to the fourth quarter we go. Lindley's Country Cookies and Baked Essentials.
Are delicious.
They are delicious. She gives us 4 free cookies for us to give away on Friday nights. Chopper Kendrick. Chopper, you have won Lindley's Cookies, and I'll get those to you this week. And the 4T's tumbler or cap giveaway goes to Dan Danforth. And I believe Dan doesn't live close to here. I think he's watching from afar, maybe. I may be wrong, but anyway.
You got to personally take that then.
Chopper Kendrick gets some cookies, and Dan Danforth gets either a cap or a 4T's tumbler. Twins out to the left, 1st and 10. Ball kind of popped out again, and Hall is going to take it in a little stiff arm and goes out of bounds. Now we'll see who those are going to catch.
This may be offsetting.
One of each. So we have, it looks like we have a 8 or 9 yard gain on the play. Hall takes and pulls it back and turns it up.
And that was tough to do. The contact was made when they had it in the pocket. So it was good pull and play on that, and you'd hate to see it be taken away. Okay, and then offsetting keeps it. You could just do without guys, and they still don't apply.
So, Twins out to the left. 2nd down and 2.
It's 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats.
Have a tight end other than Keller Johnson, it looks like, over here. And ball is out again. You know, on that last play that you were talking about, I think the ball came up between his hands. They haven't had a good exchange the last, and that's going to be one of those turnovers that you talked about in the keys to the game.
Yep.
So Oak Grove is going to take over here on the near side, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line, their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Wildcats still maintain their 28-7 lead with 11 minutes and 49 seconds. Have we just had that one play in the fourth quarter for 11 seconds? Okay. Just seems like it shouldn't be 11:49, but H back here to the left.
Do that.
H back to the left, Twins out to the right. Going to hand it to number 7, Lindsay. Lindsay is stacked up. Maybe no gain, maybe a loss of almost 1 on the play. We'll call it no gain. Call it, well, the electronic sticks say it's 2nd and 11, so 2nd and 11 it is.
They're never wrong, huh?
Well, I don't know about that. All right, so we're going to get that little bunch over here to the left. Flanking Sharts is Matthew Lindsay, the sophomore. Snap back to him, back to pass, throwing it deep. And nice job of just about bringing that in out there is number 3, Matthew Meyer.
Yeah, Braden Cannonbly on that one. He's had a couple that he's had to run with. It looks like they were almost picking on him a little bit over there, why they had the bunch into the boundary. They had a little crosser coming, but it looked like he was going there all day and nothing doing.
3rd down and 11. We'll get that split end out there, Matthew. Meyer by himself. Twins out here to the left. Going to push the 25-second clock up to the, thought maybe they were going to take it up to the
Oh, he was trying to make it more difficult for him.
There you go. So Twins out here to the left.
I think that's trips.
That is trips out here to the left with us. Split end out to the far side. Protection by Pittman out there. And throw comes up short, so Pittman coming out, taking care of the outside, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 11.
It's a little bit of instant karma there. Pretty good push off on them, and then he doesn't even have a chance at it as it's thrown up as its ball comes up short. Here's where you're starting to see not necessarily the separation, but the a stand in the grind as far as your penetration continues to be moved back, and the frustration's coming out while we see a couple of these penalties, and again, you'd like to just get that pointed out and knocked off before postseason.
Absolutely. So the kick from Perez, the fair catch made by Sample at the Wildcat 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's another good call. He had a little bit of separation, but he wanted to just make sure he secured it. It didn't get any kind of roll against us, and now we'll go on the offense side.
That was the type of ball could have gone down to the 10 or the 15
Absolutely.
if it hits correctly.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's a nice job
him calling it and
the
those to go ahead and break in.
1st and 10 here on the near side. Twins left, tight end right, veer backs.
Uh-oh. That may have been a little bit of a busted play.
Got one person thinking inside veer and another person thinking outside veer or
the wrong direction.
Or, yes.
And, well, it's funny. So the play before that, I was talking like I knew from experience about how tough it is to rake in a punt return. My big butt's never returned punts.
So 2nd down, 1-yard gain on the bonsai play or maybe whatever happened there. So they got a little bit of movement. So, pro left formation. Veer backs, Hall under center.
Option of the field.
He's going to pull it and turn up and squirt through for a gain of about 6.
7, yeah.
Maybe 7. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
You know, we talk pretty simplistically about responsibilities in an option. With each option, there's multiple ways to go with it, and so that's where you're starting to see some of those options poke through when they may have had a pretty nice play earlier, and we don't necessarily give the credit that's due. When you grind and keep going, the bread and butter will pop out at some point, right?
18-yard gain. Morris on the tackle. You know, number 87, I need to watch a little more about his position because he has made several tackles that have been out on the perimeter or down deep, and for a number 87, he's
on the line. It looks like, I mean,
he's an end on the far side.
But
sure he is.
In this day and age, the size and the speed and athleticism is that position.
The Hall with a great job stepping down into the line, and for him to step down into the line and give the ball to Phillips and get a 4-yard gain on the play tells you that the offensive line is getting a little bit of a push.
Yes, same thing on the flip side. That's where the longevity of the game starts to come into play.
Pro right formation, split backs. Hall going to step up under center. 8 minutes and 41 seconds and counting here with the Wildcats with a 28-7 lead. That's going to be just a gain of about 1. Going to bring up 3rd down and a long 5. Short 6. Call it 3rd and 5. On the far side, 3rd down.
As you talk about 87 in that position, he'd probably love to not have to go make those plays downfield, but he's got the athleticism to do it. So catch 22 on his end, I guess.
So a pro right formation. Josiah Sims wide out to the far side. Cole Smalley to the near side. Keller Johnson, the tight end.
Option this way? Nope. That may have been a little trap.
I thought he handed it as well. He wishes he had.
He probably should have handed it.
Fourth. So no gain on the play. That's going to bring up fourth down and 4.
Hey, guys, the read looks real easy from up here, huh?
Yeah. Well, I thought he gave it. So 7.5 minutes as the clock rolls here. The Wildcats with a 28-7 lead over the Oak Grove Panthers.
And that's why you're calling the game rather than the camera following the ball.
That's absolutely right. So there is the ball given on the dive. And that's going to come up 2 yards short. Only gained 2, and they needed 4. So 7:18 remaining. Oak Grove takes over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line on the far side. Wildcats leading 28-7 here, trying to salt this thing away. Now they're going to have to do a little bit of that from the defensive side. You need to not give up any big plays. So here comes the Twins to the left with the H-back split into the right side, and the ball is being handed to Lindsey. Lindsey's a sophomore. He gains about 2 on the play.
Yeah, and I think we've said it a couple times. Now you're getting into not necessarily any kind of overwhelming reestablishing of the line of scrimmage, but you know who has done it and be confident in it. To where it's difficult as the ball carrier to get through that.
Roll out to the right side is Sharts, and the ball is overthrown on Israel Blackston. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and
It's either
8.
Beechner or trying over there on the coverage, which was tough. That was an intermediate route for a safety to come up and play on. And that would have been a decent little gain there. I think he may have been right there at the sticks.
So Twins to the left. The H-back is going to be over to the right. When I say H-back, he's behind a lineman rather than being out in a slot. Going to roll to the left is Sharts. He's looking deep, and that's going to overthrow Israel Blackston again. He's a junior.
It looks like Ing was kind of redirecting from biting on a kind of an inside route. But I think the distance that they had downfield, he had time to kind of gain on that to break back outside. Looks like punting unit does come out for Oak Grove. It's going to be 4th and 8. And as we kind of get to 6 minutes left, you're only talking a couple possessions here, and so how those are played out are always, I think, interesting and fun to watch.
I thought he was going to go down to a knee when he caught that. There's a ball that's going to go back deep. Samples trying to get around to get a decent angle, but probably makes the best decision and lets that go out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
The snap down here, I felt like there was a lot of not movement. Like there were guys that were crossing and getting upfield, and I think they were waiting to maybe hear the thud of the kick before they cover. I don't know.
1st and 10 on the near side, Wildcats. After the punt by Perez, no return on the play. 1st and 10 from the 20. 6.5 minutes left in this one. See if the Wildcats can just option down the field. Matriculating down the field. Was that a...
Matriculating.
Yeah.
No R.
We just don't need another fumble down there, so let's hang on to the ball. Let's get good movement up front. And so Levi Hall covers that ball up after it's fumbled.
He's just petting his stats.
2, yeah. 2nd down and 12. Pro to the left, veer backs, Hall under center. and going to get a gain of about 2. So Phillips on the carry. He's wearing number 24 tonight. That's something that I was not privy to before the game, so I called that wrong for the first portion of the game, saying that it was Dominic Meade, and it was not. So 3rd and 10, pro left formation, and Hall pulls it out. He's off to the races. Wow. We'll see if anybody can catch him. There are no flags. 3rd and 10, and an 80-yard touchdown run on pulling it and getting up, finding a crease, and then it's off to the races.
I mean, if anybody has heard of a pretty cool speech by Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday, it's a game of inches. And when you come to that meeting of your option and he's able to get that pulled out while everyone else is in contact and barely outrun while he's getting his jets going, somebody coming from the backside, it's incredible how close and big of a play it can still be.
So the Wildcats score here. There'll be a Papa Murphy's free pizza scored here. We'll take care of that right after the kick. Cole Smalley is going to try and kick this thing through. 34-7 the score right now.
Yeah, we got our PATs back to even.
We got our PAT. So the ball goes off of the goalpost, but yet it goes through. That makes it 35-7. We'll be back with the Papa Murphy's score of free pizza right after this.
First Class Heating and Cooling proudly serves as your local independent Trane dealer. Their team of skilled technicians put their expertise and precision into every project they undertake, ensuring your space is the coziest and most inviting place to be. Whether it's a chilly winter evening or a scorching summer day, First Class Heating and Cooling is there to make sure your comfort is their top priority. Call us today at 816-380-5659. It's hard to stop a train.
Looking for mouth-watering barbecue and breakfast? Judy's Q has you covered, right here on the corner of 291 and P Highway. From tender brisket to juicy pork ribs and chicken wings, we've got it all. And don't forget our famous burnt ends, served Thursday to Saturday. Planning a tailgate or event? Order meat by the pound for your next big gathering. Visit judysq.com for more details. Taste the difference at Judy's Q.
All right, kickoff goes deep. It's going to be taken at the 8-yard line and up through the middle and breaks out.
Tell you what, they just obliterated my theory on always go into the sideline.
Brayson Stewart with the return. Having a little bit of extracurricular here.
All right.
So we've got a flag and now another flag, then official with the cap. So hope they can get everybody to the sideline and get this calmed down and sorted out.
Multiple flags on the play.
Well, and the thing is what you have to do here, what you got to know that there is more to be had outside of this game and outside of this altercation, to where if anybody gets ejected and they end up missing the next game because of it, it becomes really silly immediately, you know.
So with the 35-7 lead by the Wildcats, tempers and a little bit of flaring, so they're sorting things out. I haven't seen any indication. Here comes our white hat now to give our indication. So unsportsmanlike. So it looked like there were 2 on the Wildcats and 1 on Oak Grove here. So the White Hat's going to come over and give Coach Maxwell an explanation of what's going on here. I'd
like to be down there and get the explanation as well.
So 5 minutes and 5 seconds for each of the teams and the coaches to keep their guys, because both of these teams need their people.
Yeah.
So both of the coaches, it behooves them to have
Get it under control.
their athletes to think, hey, there's, as you mentioned a while ago, there's more going on than the rest of this game.
You either have the foresight of that or you don't, and you pay for it and on that back end. What I am kind of you can't ever like agree or give this one way or another, but from what I initially saw, you have some guys tied up where another guy from Oak Grove comes in while somebody's tied up, almost your high-low, but take that guy out, and now it's just retaliation, which also shouldn't happen, but you have to do that in a way of getting your guy out of harm's way rather than deliver your own.
Okay, so Mr. Matthew Kipp, the PA, said, all right, at the end of it all, and so basically that's all we have is when everything is sorted out, it's 1st and 10 for Oak Grove in Wildcat territory on the 43-yard line.
They said oversimplifyingly over on the field.
So the referee goes in and doesn't call both teams in, but
the guy's right here ready to kind of attack the next play. But I think they also just kind of lost guys that they can talk with and whatnot.
So
blow the whistle.
So Pittman on the carry, stacked up, and Travis, and rightfully so, let's get a whistle going, because as he breaks out of there,
we're going to want to finish a play. He's going to want to keep going as the officials are allowing it, and that's what kind of gets these guys riled up instead of a stoppage of momentum. And now a sideline's going to go ahead and take the penalty for it.
Just a sideline warning at this point. So 1st down and 10, but next time it becomes yards. So Twins to the right, Twins to the left on the mascot. So 44 throws down, and the ball is going to be caught.
It's going to be quite a bit of excited and then not real quick.
Blackstone with the catch, but a flag on the play.
And it's going to be a hold. I mean,
it's a hold against Oak Grove, so the ball is going to come back and be a 10-yard penalty. So the last little bit of play has been out on the Wildcat in the middle. So the ball will be moved back to Oak Grove territory, the 46-yard line. So for the last 3.5 minutes, we've had almost nothing but penalties, but the clock has been rolling during a bunch of that. So we're down to 4.5 minutes plus 1 tick, with the Wildcats leading 35-7. Trips to the left, flex tight end out to the right. Shirts back to throw. He's throwing it deep and almost hung on to with so incomplete to Matthew Mayer. He is a sophomore as well.
Right now, with what you've talked about with having almost 2 minutes of penalties, when this now drops to the lead that you have on the board and the time dwindling down, I almost hope to see a couple subs come in and give your guys out of harm's way, or possibly make a mistake of missing a couple games and go ahead and finish it up, because now you're at that point of it's kind of unreachable.
Trips to the right, fake and roll out to the backside, and a nice play and a nice reception. The clock runs over there.
However, you also like to see your guys go ahead and respond well after all these penalties and go ahead and finish the game in a clean way. So depends on what you're working on, I guess.
So Cooper Brown with the catch on the bootleg, back out to the backside from Sharts. Sharts is a junior. 4th down and 19. Twins to the left, flex out to the right, roll into the right, protection by Pittman. Throw deep and just out of the reach of the receiver. So Matthew Meyer, and it was thrown about 6 or 7. So the Wildcats will take over with 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in this one. 35-7, the lead by the Wildcats. They will take over 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line of Oak Grove. 1st and 10.
They have timeouts, so maybe not.
1st and 10, the Wildcats just 2 yards into Oak Grove territory. Pro to the right. Split into the left, flanker to the right, veer backs. Gonna be a dive, and that may go, as Chad would say, to the house. And is that Bechtel? Now we've got a penalty here.
Wait.
We're going to see, though, if that penalty can
was
bring
frustration.
the ball.
Is that frustration from a touchdown being done, or something that would be really, really silly to take from Harrisonville?
To bring that back.
Yeah.
I we'll see what that is. I just can't feel personal foul on.
Okay, it's the frustration side of it.
I didn't think there would be anyone blocking there that would cause anything because it's 20 yards behind the play.
Yeah, and that's what's scary from an injury standpoint.
Absolutely. So Bechtel with the 48-yard touchdown run.
So what I loved about that play, I think that their spacing was a little bit different on that. He had to extend out, and there was a good 4 yards in between him and the pitchback, which allowed him to just get vertical and get to the end zone.
Kick is up and good, makes it 42. The Wildcats score a touchdown, so someone scores pizza. We'll get that name when we come back. We'll take a break. Wildcats up 42-7.
Looking for mouth-watering barbecue and breakfast? Judy's Q has you covered, right here on the corner of 291 and P Highway. From tender brisket to juicy pork ribs and chicken wings, we've got it all. And don't forget our famous burnt ends, served Thursday to Saturday. Planning a tailgate or event? Order meat by the pound for your next big gathering. Visit judysq.com for more details. Taste the difference at Judy's Q.
All right. We got about 3:22 left here, and I believe we got a Papa Murphy's winner here.
G.D. Baker, you just scored pizza on this 6th touchdown by the Wildcats. The Wildcats score a touchdown, Papa Murphy's, and you scored a pizza from Papa Murphy's. I'll be sending you an email with what it takes for you to get your free pizza. So the kickoff will come to the Oak Grove side of the field due to the personal foul penalty on the touchdown play. That's a 48-yard touchdown run, by the way.
Well, and what I like about this being assessed on the kickoff, that's terrible. I mean, demoralizing to have a touchdown and then have that moved up on you, and it keeps you from doing that in the future, in my opinion.
So into the end zone, and that's going to come out to the 20-yard line. And I like the idea of going ahead and kicking it into the end zone. As much as when I had my special teams, I like to kick the ball down to the 5 in one corner and try and pin them down there. But you don't want to take a chance on giving up a long touchdown run.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it out to the 20 and play our
Give
last
you a fresh
3.5 minutes.
Absolutely. If that happens after your first score, maybe you go ahead and stack that up on pinning them deep after that. But in this situation, absolutely. Start fresh at the 20 and don't get caught off guard by one of those. And this has been a game with some big plays in it that could have done that for sure.
I don't think we've had a touchdown from the red zone. Everything's been big old plays. The Red Barn Ranch, which they're having some cool activities going out there. You guys ought to go check them out.
Yeah, they got the honorary mention earlier from the 30 when we scored.
Yes, they did. Okay, so The Wildcats are going to take a timeout here. The Golden Classics timeout. As our defense takes a timeout to set up what they're going to do here, you ought to take timeout to go to Golden Classics, look at some of their jewelry. I'll take a break. We'll be back ready to go.
Church and Dwight, the company that brings you brands like Arm & Hammer, Hero Cosmetics, and OxyClean, is hiring in Harrisonville. Church and Dwight is looking for experienced team members at their Harrisonville manufacturing facility. Full-time and part-time positions available. Wages from $20.08 an hour and benefits starting day one. Come join a place where people matter. Learn more by visiting churchdwight.com and click on careers. That's churchdwight.com. Church and Dwight is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, 1st and 10, right smack dab in the middle of the field. Oak Grove has it 1st and 10. 42-7, the Wildcats lead here. A lot of long runs. That last one was 48 yards for Jackson
Our 42nd
Bechtel.
point.
That's right, and giving the ball up the middle. Going to be a gain of about 3.
That's number 7, Matthew Lindsay on the carry.
Matthew Lindsay on the carry.
Number 45, Ethan Stone.
Ethan Stone with the tackle. Gain of about 1. 2nd down and 9 here for Oak Grove. Going to be twins out to the right, H-back to the right, split into the left. Sharts going to hand it off up the middle again.
That's number 7, Matthew Lindsay on the carry.
Lindsay on the carry again.
By number 33, Keller Johnson.
Keller Johnson with the stop. 1 yard gain on the play. So it's going to bring 3rd down and 8.
And so what I hope that they're, Harrisonville is having repeated in their protect themselves and stop at the whistle, but always protect yourselves, because at this point, the last 2 minutes are a bit moot point with this kind of spread.
Swing pass out to the right-hand side. Up over there, fellas. Nice job. So Stewart with the catch, going to be the gain of about 4. That's going to bring up 4th down. Blackstone on the catch. My apologies. I was listening to Mr. Matthew Kipp on that one and had it wrong. So 4th and 4. My apologies. That's going to bring up 4th and 4.
These are definitely going to be the types of plays where you want to have your head on a swivel and protect yourselves and each other.
Perez back to punt. Nobody back deep for the Wildcats.
That's a smart play down here.
Ball is punted. That may be his best punt of the night, especially if it goes ahead and rolls in their favor, but it did not. So the ball is down by Austin Scarborough, in my opinion here. The ball is down at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. We'll see if Oak Grove, if they're going to use his timeouts or not. I bet he will not.
I would say that's the same.
So the clock rolls here with 50 seconds to boot in this one. Have Travis to get started on his max effort player of the game in the Golden Classics diamond in the rough. So 1st and 10 right in the middle of the field. Steps back, takes a knee. It's going to leave 24 seconds. So that's going to be the last play of this game. The Wildcats are able to salt it away, but also Jackson Bechtel with the 48-yard to put this thing into a running clock right here at the end, 42-7. So we'll be right back here next Friday night, and the Odessa Bulldogs will come into town. So the Wildcats have done their part for tonight to take care of business, to see if they can get back to the 4 seed to where they can have that first playoff game at home. Let's take a quick break. Let you see if you can get your stuff put together. Can we just keep it here and go with it? Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Go for it.
So, all right, impact player of the game. We've talked about him several times. starting to show up more and more, and I'm liking it. It's been successful. Keller Johnson has been showing up on defense from the beginning of the year. As we kind of get some new personnel groups with some injuries and our running back time, he's now playing tight end and has 5 or 6 early touches, receptions to where he's made big plays, and that tight end pop is a very good go-to when you're in like a 3rd and 10, 12 position. Been showing up on defense and just all around is really knocking it out right now. So hopefully he can build on that and keep being the impact player that he is. Diamond in the rough. From a decision-making standpoint to a play-making standpoint, I'm continuing to be impressed by Tryon Samples with. And now, obviously, with what I'm talking about with the injuries, he's playing running back a little bit as well. So most running backs are trying to avoid contact and going down to where Tryon goes ahead and delivers that hit. And I like the aggressive running. But to me, he is a diamond in the rough from a leadership standpoint with his decision-making, staying away from some of these penalties and stuff that we see build. And just, a diamond. And he's right now under pressure to where he's going to come out on the right side of it.
Well, that'll do it from here tonight. The Wildcats win 42-7 for Josh on the cameras and Chris on the scoreboard. James running this bad boy. Tucker on the other camera that we have. Travis here beside me. Did I get everybody? This is Jay Forsler. Wildcats win. We'll see you next Friday night right back here to play Odessa. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.